Shut up and grind the tape.
Let's grind.
We ain't come to play. We ain't come to play. Them dogs in your face.
Let's grind.
We ain't come to play. We ain't come to play. Shut up and grind the tape.
Let's grind.
We ain't come to play. We ain't come to play. Them dogs in your face. Shut up and grind.
Let's grind.
Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape.
The tape. Let's grind.
Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Shut up and grind. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape.
The tape.
Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro.
The tape.
UGA game day, boy, we ball out. Pull up, put the whole conference in the doghouse. Leave them 6 feet, see me on the win streak. All-star status, go coach in the bench deep. Offense on 10, how we run it? Your best ain't nothing, we gon' send them boys punting. Black and red, got them dead on arrival. Defense hunker down for the tie. Hey, you don't want it with the dogs. Found guy on it, you don't want it with my dog. Break it down, play by play, that's the day-to-day. They know we ain't come to play, boy, it's UGA. Kirby smart, I cannot play the fool. Back to back, we did not come to lose. Back to back, like we got something to prove. Pay your dues, dog nation on the move. What's up?
We do a little bit different around here.
We ain't come to play, we ain't come to play. Shut up and grind the tape.
The tape. The tape.
We ain't come to play, we ain't come to play. Them dogs in your face.
Let's grind.
We ain't come to play, we ain't come to play. Shut up and grind the tape.
Shut up. Let's grind.
We ain't come to play, we ain't come to play. Them dogs in your face. Shut up and grind.
Let's grind.
Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape.
The tape. The
Shut up
tape.
and grind.
Let's grind.
Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Shut up and grind. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape. Shut up and grind. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro. Grind the tape, bro.
Shut up. The tape.
Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen, to MBR, or as we like to call it around here, Nothing But Rants, the show where I find topics that I'm oddly passionate about and I pontificate upon them. These are not hot takes, but rather takes that I'm hot about. What's up? You like that? You really like that?
Let's shut up and grind some tape.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome in to the Film Guy Network on a fabulous Thursday evening. Hey, we got a saying around here on a loaded Thursday. Last show, best show. All right, it is week 3 of college football. Massive matchups this weekend, most notably them Dogs going up to Neyland Stadium in Knoxville, Tennessee. But we got a whole hour to talk about that matchup coming up in the local hour. This national hour is absolutely loaded. It's a Thursday, boys, so we got, unless it doesn't happen, coming hot tonight. We got our final thoughts as we enter this weekend. We're going to go through our predictions again and give a firm rating. How do we feel about those? Last week had a very pivotal flip in a prediction on that. Okay, last couple weeks, flipped my prediction on LSU Clemson for the betterment of the outcome on that one. Maybe we got some of that going on tonight. We'll find out, and much, much more. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button, like, subscribe, and rate, review. And if you miss any portion of tonight's broadcast, it is made readily available, however, wherever you get your podcasts. Just search the Film Guy Network. It'll pop right up. Boys, we got a loaded show and a loaded slate of college football this weekend. I am super, super excited, and I'm so excited. I've got the top 10 things I'm watching this weekend to start the show. How about that?
What you got for us?
Did you bring your own list today?
I got a few.
Or I gave you my list pre-show. Did I absorb way too much as usual?
You took out a good chunk of my list, but I've still got some that I think are going to be fun to put in there.
What hat we got on today? That's pretty gnarly.
This is Willie's Weenie Wagon. Shout out Brunswick, Georgia.
Shout out to my ADD. I just couldn't handle that. I just went, whoa, I like that hat. Here we go. Top 10 things I'm watching. It's a firm, tight top 10. No OLI. None.
Ooh,
No LOI.
Strict top 10.
This is 10-1. Number 10 thing I'm watching this weekend. Is Clemson prepped? Are they prepared for the offensive game plan, offensive attack that they're about to get from Georgia Tech? What are they about to get from Georgia Tech? Are they going to get the Philo man? Are they going to get the I'll die on this field Haynes King man? What are they going to get? And did they prepare for both? Because I think they had to. I would have. If I was on that staff, if I were Tom Allen, we would have been preparing for all of it. So are they prepared? And which version of that Georgia Tech offense do they ultimately get? I'll be paying close attention, boys. I'll be paying very close attention.
That's a good one. That was also on my list, so I had to take it off.
Number 9. Them Oregon Ducks going out to Chicago this weekend to face Northwestern. And I'm just curious, if they go out there and just absolutely mollywop another Power 4 team, is this offense that legit? I'll be paying close attention this weekend because you dropped 60. They didn't drop 69 on nobody. They dropped 69 on a Big 12 football team. Say what you want about Mike Gundy. Say what you want about how bad the program is right now. That's a Power 4 football program that got beat by 69 or 66.
I think the more important takeaway if that happens should be we are therefore confirming just how far of a gap there is in the Big Ten between your top teams and your bottom teams.
Love that take. Been pounding that drum all offseason. It's just like, dang, the bottom of your conference is awful. Meanwhile, Vandy's out here throwing it in the box in the fourth quarter against Vatech. Just saying. Because that punching bag ain't really going no more. Y'all be talking about Mississippi State the last 4 years. They just beat number 12. That one ain't going no more. This SEC is deep. We've been telling you this for a long time. You don't listen. Northwestern getting dubbed up by Tulane on the road. We're going to bully it, stick their nose in it because they didn't let us wear the jerseys we want. Y'all getting bullied. All right, so that's what our whole argument has been about with that argument the entire time. And you're right. That would only confirm it a little bit further this weekend if that ultimately happens. Are they still playing in a soccer stadium?
I believe
I think so.
The new one's not finished, so where else are they going to play?
What's the wind looking like in Chicago right about now?
I checked the weather actually for specific reasons. Just because, but it looks like it's going to be like a somewhat sunny day, maybe some clouds. 82 degrees, I believe, is what I saw for Saturday.
A little fine Chicago afternoon on the river, huh?
Some good football weather.
If you don't know, Northwestern's been playing football the last couple of years in a soccer stadium. I think it only sits about 20,000. It's on the river in Chicago. And I'm not talking about like near the river. I'm talking about on the river in Chicago. So it ought to be an interesting little scene out there. Not that I don't think anybody's making an appointment viewing this weekend, but I'll be taking a peek. Number 8. Is Austin Simmons still turnover prone? We're going to talk a lot about this one tonight. I think it's a major key in that football game. No need to overanalyze it here. Penn State got another slappy coming to town. Got Villanova. Not to do that to Nova. Got Villanova coming to town. Last week looked real sloppy offensively against FIU. I'll be taking a peek to see if it's still sloppy out there this weekend with Drew Aller. Number 6, is this South Carolina offense volatile? Ooh. Is it up and down still? We talked about it the other night. You cannot go 3 possessions of 3 and out against Vandy. You are going to cripple your defense. They can't be left on the field against that offense that long, no matter what you think about your defensive talent. I love Dylan Stewart as much as the next guy. I love Jalen Kilgore as much as the next guy. Y'all got good football players in South Carolina, as does most SEC defenses. Can't leave them on the field 3 possessions in a row. If you tend to do that, or if you continue to do that like you tend to do offensively. Number 5, does Notre Dame trust C.J. Carr? I'll be paying attention close in that football game. I don't think we can be free access throw dink and dunk against A&M. I didn't think you could do it against Miami. I thought it was a miracle you got to 24 points personally with the way you were calling defense. So that was very rare to me. Guys, did you know he got I think they traditionally dropped him 25 times. I heard the stat on Burns and Doring this morning. I think he could drop back like 25 times in that football game and was pressured on 15.
Yeesh.
And they weren't driving the ball down the field.
No.
That's not a very good recipe. I know A&M lost a bunch of NFL dudes on their front, but like Notre Dame can't stop a nosebleed in the pass protection department? That's very, very weird to me. I'll be paying close attention to it this weekend. Number 4. Does Miami handle business? 17.5-point favorite. South Florida on a little adrenaline dump. All right. Can you go out there as what Vegas thinks is a 17.5-point favorite and handle business? And if you do, I might have to seriously think about you as like a real, not just playoff contender. I know you're going, I have a good feeling Miami's going to be there in the top 12 at the end of the year. I'm more talking about like, are you a championship caliber football team? Championship caliber football teams go out and handle business against football teams that they are overpowered against. All right. So can they go out and do that? I'll be paying attention this weekend. Number 3, is Wisconsin as lifeless as I think they are?
Did you see that they're playing their backup? They're playing the backup quarterback this weekend.
Well, having watched Wisconsin football over the last couple of years, painfully, they'd be rotating quarterbacks left and right anyways.
Yeah.
I think this one might be due to injury. I'm not 100% sure, but I definitely saw an alert today that Wisconsin will be playing their backup quarterback in this matchup.
I'll be paying attention, Jonathan. I think they're a pretty lifeless football program in terms of like they're going to look outmatched in this football game, and I'll be paying attention. All right, so we'll be looking at that. Number 2, what does Florida's fight look like?
Very important.
What does that fight look like, man? I've been given this take. How many times as a football program? Now, I know these rosters turn over at a 50% rate. I'm well aware of this. Probably Florida's at an even higher rate. But how many times can you hear the go win one for the Gipper speech or whatever he's getting these guys up with, right? Whatever speech it is. I felt like he had to give it 6 times last year. And now here we are, week 3. We got to give it again. We got to give the speech of the rallying cry of getting the troops together. We got to go fight the war that nobody believes we can win. We got to give this one again. I don't know how many times we can give that take and give that opinion or give that speech to a body that doesn't turn over at 100% rate every single year. Number one thing I'm looking forward to or looking at this weekend in terms of an outcome of a football game. Does Gunnar Stockton pull the trigger? Does the gunner get pulled? Like triggered. It. I'm trying to go for a word. I'll play on words there.
Gunna.
Probably shouldn't make any gunplay words here today at all.
Not.
Maybe moving forward in general. Just don't.
Probably still a little soon for that.
Yeah. That's what I'm watching this weekend, boys. What y'all watching?
I've got 2 that you didn't hit on my list.
I left some off?
You left 2 for me, so I appreciate that. I'm going to be paying attention to what this Oklahoma offense looks like after such a big win, after such a very, very commendable performance from John Mateer.
How about that random road game to Temple, huh?
Very interesting. Very interesting. But it's also got the opportunity to be like, hey, this is a really good letdown moment. I don't see Oklahoma losing this game, but I very well could say, like, man, they looked a little sluggish, might have had a hangover, really had to get up for this big
I'm glad
Big Ten
someone
game.
Brought this football game up today, because did y'all see the Oklahoma media members getting caught with a hot mic situation?
No, I didn't. What happened here?
They were crapping on Temple's football program and didn't realize the live stream was hot.
Ooh.
And it was comments of this is such a bummer, we got to go out here. And the other guy basically goes, I know, it's basically going to be a high school environment.
You know, there's some animosity forming between these two teams because I didn't know that happened.
They got beef?
There's some serious beef now, all right? I didn't know that happened, but Temple released a graphic for the football game, and the graphic included a subtle showing of Baker Mayfield's mugshot. It has since been taken down.
Nice.
We got some beef forming between Temple and Oklahoma this weekend. We got a pissed off John Mateer coming.
I like that. I love these, college kids running the social media accounts.
Yeah. I love how quickly they get fired.
The other one. That's true.
It's like
a lot of overtime.
Sorry, he's gone. He or she's gone. We have a new replacement. Please don't unfollow us at a rapid rate.
I've got one more for you.
Come on.
I'm kind of surprised you didn't put this one on here.
What's up?
I'm paying attention to what Arch looks like against UTEP.
Yeah,
There's still a lot
did that
of
one last week.
there.
I watched that one last week, and I didn't like what I see. And oof, man. Got to get some type of mechanical consistency there. I know it was like whatever the stats were last week. And, the film says the mechanics are still rattled. And that's still it really, really concerns me. You know what else would concern me, boys?
What concerns you?
If I were a diehard college football fan, maybe a fan of a fine program like App State, and it were a Thursday evening, 8 o'clock, I'm sitting here watching the Film Guy Network. They're previewing these dynamite matchups. And I'm sitting here wondering, man, I sure wish I could get a seat to one of them football games. I am a geek for football. I wish I could get me one of them seats. Guess what you can do today? You can head over to SeatGeek, boys, just like my friend Christian Kirby's doing right about now. Head over to SeatGeek, use promo code FilmGuy10, and you'll get 10% off on your next ticket today. Kirby, what are the fine folks over there at SeatGeek got going for us today?
What we got going on. Ooh, did you guys know Ariana Grande is coming to State Farm Arena?
What?
Big news here. We got NBA YoungBoy too. Just loaded concerts. I'm interested to see what this Georgia football game looks like, though. Tickets for Knoxville might be kind of pricey at this point. Ooh, how many tickets we want? All 3 of us going?
Yeah, let's check for all 3. I mean, the fine folks at Tennessee's SID department were nice enough to give us all 3 credentials, but if we were so to choose 3 tickets,
now
what
this
would
is
it cost?
important though, because we got to figure out, are we going to be in the orange section or the white section, because they're checkering Neyland.
I mean, you guys are your former Georgia graduates. Let's infiltrate the enemy territory. What would it cost us to sit in enemy territory in Neyland this weekend?
Let's go Section N right here. 458. A lot of tickets there, but
yeah.
Good news is we got that promo code.
Yeah, we got that promo code.
I mean, I'm seeing $400 tickets, boys. A 10% off code on a $400 tickets. I mean, what is that? $40?
Not bad.
That's not bad. That might be the biggest giveaway we've had one of these fine friends of the show be willing to give us. I mean, that is quite the discount code. Shout out to our friends over at SeatGeek. Again, that's Film Guide 10 to get 10% off your next purchase of a ticket.
It's good stuff.
You gotta love it, dude.
You
gotta love it. You gotta love it.
In this economy, you got to love a discount for a sporting seat.
I'm saying it's hard to be a fan out here, man. It's hard. It's expensive out here to be a fan. Get 10% off today. That's what I'm talking about right there. All right, hey, let's head on to our next segment, which is Rate the Predictions. Make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button, guys. We predicted a couple of football games this week. Texas A&M, Notre Dame, Florida, LSU. I'm gonna put your feet to the fire on the rest of the slate. Are y'all ready for this?
Always ready.
Here we go. Let's start with Texas A&M at Notre Dame. Boys, I picked Notre Dame, and my reasoning is simple, and I'm standing by it. Their back's against the wall. This is a must-win football game. The rare and only must-win football game of the weekend is right here in South Bend, Indiana, as the Irish take on Notre Dame. Texas A&M. They have to win this football game. We told you last night, if they don't, they're crossing their fingers hoping that USC becomes a ranked opponent. Other than that, they don't have another future ranked opponent. Back against the wall football game for Marcus Freeman. Got to go win this one. I'm sticking by it. I'm not confident, though. 2.25 out of 5. Standing by the Irish.
I'm kind of in a similar area, but on the Texas A&M side of things, I have a lot more confidence in Texas A&M's offense going into this one because despite the fact that there has been some questions on the defense so far, they've allowed 20-plus points, I believe, in their first 2 weeks against some lesser-than programs. But the offense, on the other hand, has been kind of doing their job. Marcel Reed has been playing well. So I have more confidence in the quarterback for Texas A&M. I have more confidence in the offense overall. But I have Texas A&M winning a very close matchup in this one, but I only have it as like a 2.7 because we've only seen one game of Notre Dame, and I don't think that Miami game is going to justify the rest of the season for them.
It didn't give me the warm and fuzzies either.
Yeah, it didn't.
Didn't give me the warm and fuzzies at all.
That's the thing that kind of scares me about Notre Dame going into this one is there really wasn't anything that I walked away from that Miami game of like, well, they've got that going for them. Like they're going to be great there. I know that for a fact. Like the secondary was solid for Notre Dame, but even then, like there were some gettable moments for them. And outside of that, like everything else was just like, I don't know if I want to put my faith in anything else for Notre Dame. So I have more faith going for Texas A&M into this weekend.
Yeah, I would feel a lot better about picking Notre Dame in this game if we had a second game to follow up on. The only bit of Notre Dame football we've seen this year is them get pushed around the line of scrimmage in Miami and have a quarterback that doesn't necessarily look like he can extend the ball down the field. I feel like I would feel much better even if they went and beat up on a mid-major. There's a lot of questions I have for Notre Dame. I feel like the answers are going to be in their favor against Texas A&M, especially at home, but I don't feel confident in this pick. I have it as a 2.5 like Brooks does.
So you're going Notre Dame too?
Yeah, I went Notre Dame with the pick just because I truly don't know how good Texas A&M is, and that defense is sus right now, especially given what they've done to their mid-major opponents. But
whole lot of that going on this weekend. Whole lot of just don't know yet.
We're gonna find out.
Don't know yet.
We're gonna learn this week.
That's why it's F around and find out week.
That absolutely is. I'm gonna tell you what. I have to be the most toughest dude on laptop chargers in the history of laptop chargers. Jonathan, I just fried another one.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
That's like not even a month old.
Don't judge me, man. Just love me. Love me for who I am. All right? Don't judge me. Just love me. I had to tell my wife that's probably in our vows somewhere that I wrote. Florida. Headed down to Baton Rouge. Christian Kirby. What you think about this one?
So the entire emphasis on why Florida might be able to give LSU a game is off of two things. One, LSU doesn't have a very good pass pro, and Garrett Nussmeier might get in some trouble, which is correct. And two, there's this assumption that Florida's going to get off the mat here, and they're going to show fight, and they're going to get up for Billy Napier. It felt very much like the USF loss last week was kind of the nail in the coffin, and you're just waiting for things to finally turn for the worse for Billy Napier. I don't personally see this Florida team getting off the mat for it. And I also don't see them being able to create enough havoc for Garrett Nussmeier to, cause trouble on that offense and to stop them from scoring points.
LJ McCray, I think their best defensive end is out in this football game. My personal opinion. I think that's their best defensive end for my money.
So yeah, I'm fairly confident in my LSU pick in this. I have it at a 4.
Yeah, I got it at 4.5, but the 0.5 left out is the offensive line. It's still a problem. They're still having an issue protecting the quarterback. And the reason it's a firm 4.5 for me is not just what's going on at Florida. It don't look good. But it has everything to do with Nuss. I think for my money through 3 weeks of college football, there is not a quarterback playing more NFL level, high level quarterback play than Garrett. Like, he's playing really good football. The problem is they cannot protect this kid. They can't at all. And it makes him look limited. It makes him look like he's making bad mistakes. It makes him look bad. But he's going to be the first quarterback taken off the board, in my opinion. All right. And that's what the NFL people that I talk to think. And that's what the film I look at thinks. And that, like, he's great. But they got to help him out. All right. But I still think it's a 4.5. I think LSU gets the win.
I'm a little lower than you guys. I have LSU winning this game, but I have it at 3.7. And the hesitancy for me is because
you've been hitting them 7s today, Jay Will.
I had it at a 2.1 for the first one.
Well, you said 7 for the other one too. Oh well. Continue. I'm sorry.
Listen to the takes, my friend. Just listen. Sit back and listen. Yeah, I have it at 3.7 because despite the fact that we have seen some struggles from DJ Lagway and obviously some rust because there hasn't been much practice reps for him, it seems pretty apparent on tape. That version that we saw of him last year is still there. Like, it still exists in my mind. Like, that's what I keep going back to. So I think that there is a world and a possibility. And like, knowing the history of this matchup, points get scored. Offenses get hot in this football game. And LSU's defense is better than it has been in the past. But I just think that there could be a scenario where you get into a bit of a shootout and maybe a turnover goes from LSU and it goes into Florida's favor and it kind of flips the game upside down. But I still feel very confident in the fact that LSU's offense is clicking better despite the fact that the offensive line isn't playing up to the standard.
They also get made one-dimensional pretty quickly every once in a while in these types of football games, does LSU's offense. Got to avoid that. It's the interior line play for me. Every time I watch them, I'm just like, they're getting pushed around guard to guard. That's a hard way to play football. You had some?
No, I agree with you.
Guys, let me get your win-loss predictions. Who's going to win the other football games we haven't gone on predictions with? All right, start with Clemson at Georgia Tech. Let's be relatively quick here. We got a lot of things to get through tonight. What are your thoughts on this Clemson-Georgia Tech game and who wins it?
First off, the line is down to 2.5 now. Down to 2.5 now. Down to 2.5 now. So that scares me. That would terrify me if I was a Clemson fan. But I still think Clemson wins. I think, like, it's hard for me to imagine that Clemson is just going to get ran over in this football game, but Georgia Tech has defied those assumptions before. They've done it countless number of times, but it really boils down to how healthy is Haynes King. But even if he isn't, Aaron Philo has shown that he's good. He's a really good quarterback, and he'll throw it all over the place. But I feel like Clemson's just kind of due, and maybe that's wrong to have that type of analysis going into a matchup like this. I do think it's close. I don't think that Clemson's just going to blow them out by 20 points or anything like that, but I do lean towards Clemson, but I rate it at 2.1.
Yeah, I got Clemson at a 1.7.
I have Clemson at a 1.5. I think Clemson wins this game. I've got that feeling on it, but Clemson's going to get another time before the year's over. I'll tell you right now.
I slid in Wisconsin at Bama. I got Bama at a 5.0.
Yeah, that's a full 5.
It's like we said this about this Florida State game.
I went to 5.
Set them up for voodoo.
Give me Bama at a 4.
Damn. Got to get the show.
I'm confident that they'll win the game.
Let's try that again. I got Bama at a full-fledged 5.0.
Oh, it's a full 5 for sure.
Gotta be.
You want me to do the 5 thing?
You want me to do the 5 thing? Next game.
Look, let's just say I might
South Florida at Miami. I got Miami at 3.2. Pretty confident they go out and win this football game. But like I said earlier in the week, I think there is an adrenaline dump coming for USF.
Yeah, I just think the line of scrimmage is too much for Miami, or too much from Miami right now. I have this at a 4. I feel confident in them winning.
Yeah, man, that defensive line looked legit against Notre Dame, and if that defensive line shows up in this football game, this offense is going to be really tough on USF. I got this one as Miami favored and at a 3.6.
Arkansas at Ole Miss.
Ole Miss 2.6.
I got the Hogs.
Really?
1.3.
I don't hate it.
1.3.
I don't hate that either.
I don't hate it.
I just feel like Lane Kiffin and Ole Miss are too much of an offensive firepower. And I know Taylor Green's going to be great. I know offensively, Austin Simmons turns the ball over a lot. I just trust Ole Miss more in this situation here. But that said, this is a classic, like, hey, Sam Pittman's not dead type of
You know
game.
what? I will say this about Pete Golding out there at Ole Miss. Not only did he just get a fat pay raise this offseason, but he's learned his lessons in the sense that he doesn't play as aggressive as he has in years prior. I could see him telling Taylor Green, you're going 10 plays today. Mm-hmm. Y'all are either going to run the football or he's going 10 plays today. We're going to keep everything in front. Let's see if he can be disciplined today. That might scare me off my prediction, but I just think if Simmons continues the turnover problems, Arkansas is going to win this football game. And I think it's going to continue.
Yeah. I completely agree with that, but it's Ole Miss at home. That's kind of why I feel some favoritism for there.
All right, Vandy at South Carolina. Give me South Carolina 0.3 out of 5.
Damn, dude. Apparently I leaked my number on that ad read.
How?
I guess when I was going through the ad read, my phone number popped up.
Is someone texting you?
I'm getting texts from fans right now.
Oh, no.
Oh, well.
What does it feel like to be famous?
I don't know. It was all very
there
nice
was a
things.
point in time.
I appreciate it.
There was a point in time in this show where we took calls and I gave out my real phone number.
You know, you did kind of just alert a bunch of other people that your phone number
Because there were like
is
28 people watching. And I was like, screw it. I'll just give out my phone number.
attaboy.
Crazy time. Come up, my boys.
You said what for South Carolina?
0.3 out of 5. Don't feel great. Don't feel great at all.
Can I give you a stat that might change that?
Sure. Stat me.
30% of South Carolina's drives this season have ended in a 3 and out.
Oh.
30%.
South Carolina 0.1 out of 5?
They've scored 4 offensive touchdowns. 2 out of 4 of those have come on drives that are 5 plays or less.
To hell with it. Doors down. Give me Vandy at 0.3 out of 5.
Yeah, I got South Carolina at a 1.5.
How you gonna do that to me? How you gonna set me up with your stat padding for a prediction switch and then you're not gonna ride the wagon?
I have it at a 1.5, dude.
Light the door spoon with me.
Nah, I don't do that anymore. I promised some people I wouldn't. So, as tempting as that sounds, I will have to pass. South Carolina 1.5. They got more special players, and it's at Williams-Brice Stadium. That's what the 1.5 comes from. But boy, oh boy, do I feel tempted to say Vanderbilt takes this game because I think it is very likely.
I very much do feel like Vanderbilt wins this game.
Door down with me.
I am, dude.
Hell yeah.
I've been doors long for a week, I feel like, but it's at a 1 for me.
Just a standard 1.
It's a toss-up matchup, too. And the fact that it's in Columbia doesn't make me feel confident, but I'm riding Vanderbilt right here.
I hope South Carolina realizes the importance of this football game for them. Like, I get it. It's first conference game of the season. It probably feels important. It feels important to get off to a good start. But I'm telling you, you cannot lose this football game. You can't. You can't lose this football game because you cannot lose 3 regular season games and get into this college football playoff. I don't think it could happen. So you cannot lose this football game
Unless you're Oklahoma. That schedule is 3-loss losable, I think. Mm-hmm. We have to see what the rest of the college football schedule looks
South Carolina might have one of those too. Like, it's a tough schedule.
Yeah.
But the odds of that actually happening,
one of those 3 can't be Vandy.
Yeah, I agree.
Can't be Vandy.
Can't be Vandy. You cannot lose this game.
Absolutely not. Hey, Sunday's headlines today. One of my favorite segments. We don't do this nationally. We're going to give it a shot here today on a fine Thursday. You'll get the point of the segment very quickly. Boys, Sunday's headlines today. I can see it right now. Clemson claims clandestine spot atop Coastal Conference. Tigers put on a defensive display downtown in Atlanta.
Miami, the team to beat in college football. I think if they get an assertive win this weekend over USF, people are going to be claiming Miami is the top team in the country. I truly believe that. People are going to be saying, Carson Beck playing really well. The weapons, that was the biggest question in the offseason. They look good. Defensive line looks really good. ACC, very gettable.
Over here jumping through hurdles, trying to figure out a way to alliterize that. I don't think I can. Go ahead.
Hurricanes hovering at the top of college football.
I've got one, and I want to save it for the last one. So.
Oh. You only have one?
I only have one.
You only have one Sunday headline.
It's only
today.
one Sunday headline, but I feel like it needs to be talked about.
And you're saving it?
Penn State's puttering performance puts Pribula departure into picture.
Oh.
Is Drew Aller the guy in College Station?
Man.
Struggle again this week. Y'all gonna have Pribula questions out there in Penn State Station.
Minchie produces a clenchy. Notre Dame finds spark on offense. Boy,
It's a shame he wasn't listening.
yeah, it's such a shame that didn't get the reaction that it should have. And it's still not getting the reaction that it should have.
Well, that was funny.
Thank you. I appreciate that because I didn't know what I was going to do for this segment. I was like, I just cooked. Like, that's going to be the best one of the weekend.
Wait, did you just read a good one? And I wasn't listening?
Yes. Dude, that's right in your wheelhouse.
I'm sorry. Run it back.
Minchie produces a clinchy. Notre Dame finds a spark on offense.
Me like you.
In reference to Notre Dame's going to be playing some Minchie this weekend, potentially. Going to lead them to a win. How about that? That'd be the headline right there.
Got me clinchy.
Yeah. Or
I mean,
Maybe not that one.
maybe not that one. Minchie got you clinchy?
baby.
Still not as
We're
fun.
workshopping here, boys. A spitball.
All right, this one is, I feel like, something that needs to be talked about at this point. And it's going to be an article that is written, not an opinion, it's an opinion piece, but we're going to have to talk about the effect of CBS Sports on Gary Danielson's legacy.
Don't do this. Don't do this in front of the show.
I
do this in
love
front of the
Gary
show.
Danielson. I don't dislike him at all, but I haven't watched a football game that he's called this entire season because they've been nothing but stinkers.
You ain't out here watching USC Purdue
Bro's
this weekend?
calling USC Purdue this week. Like they went from calling the biggest game in the SEC, one of the best conferences, to the second best game in the Big Ten.
It is a shame that for like his last round, like his last ride.
I mean, this should be a swan song for this guy. He covered college football, or he's been color commentator the entire life I've been here, and I before that as well. But the fact that he's just getting these canned games is kind of unceremonious, in my opinion. Definitely unfortunate. So, worth the headline on Sunday.
Jovial and joyous town of Jonesboro ransacked by cyclones. Iowa State rolls through Arkansas State.
Last one I
You
got.
don't like that one? I got one more.
Okay.
No. Come on.
Oh, my last one is pretty just nice and dry. Deion Sanders opens back up the QB battle.
Again?
Yep, again.
Let me teach you about the idea of a climax, right? Writing a story.
Whoa.
Hey, just follow me here. Don't get in the weeds in the gutter. All right, Jonathan, when you write a story, you build to a climax. So you would have got me with the Minchie is clinchy if you would have hit the climax at the end right there. You can't build to Deion Sanders plays the backup. We can't build to that.
Yeah.
No. That's not how content works.
Well, I jumped in front.
We build to this. Ducks downright desecrate doomed Northwestern squad. Oregon crushes another opponent.
I'm not even sure what
That's
you just
how
said
you
other
climax.
than Northwestern, but good job.
I find it funny, like last year this bill was like somewhat serious. So like, what are people going to be talking about on Sunday?
I mean, seriously, all jokes aside, Clemson's defense could show up and be the talk of Sunday. I mean, I know you're getting caught up in the headline, but that's the point. The headline got you. But the beef of that story is going to be Clemson's defense is legit. Penn State, I'm telling you, if that offense sputters, not putters, if it sputters this weekend, we're going to be talking about, and Bo Pribula goes out there against whoever the hell Missouri's playing this weekend and throws for 350 yards. We're going to be talking about that on Sunday.
Are we?
I'm not doing bits. I'm doing seriousness with jokes. And if you don't think the Cyclones are going to ransack Arkansas State this weekend, you don't know about my Cyclones.
You know about Cyclones, his Horned Frogs, his Baylor Bears, none of them.
You didn't watch the Ducks drop 69 on this channel this week? Probably not, because the Big Ten had it pulled down. Ops. We don't have to talk about it. Let's move on. Hey, those might be ops, but we got friends.
I love friends.
Network.
Friends are important.
We got big time friends on this network. We already told you about our friends over at SeatGeek. We got a real time friend. I'm talking about a family member and our friends over at Sleeper. All right, Sleeper today, promo code Brooks. All right, and you'll get in on the #1 place for daily fantasy and prop plays. Sleeper is a fantasy sports plus real money gaming app focused on bringing people together through sports and gaming. Sleeper has become the fastest organically growing fantasy platform in the world, over 6 million active users as of today, while earning some of the highest levels of engagement per user in the industry. At Sleeper, it's not just about sports, it's about building personal connection and lasting memories. Use promo code Brooks today and you'll get a 100% deposit match on your first deposit. Terms and conditions apply. See Sleeper's terms and use for details. Currently operational in over 25 states. Shout out to our friends over at Sleeper. Again, that promo code is Brooks. While we're asking for support of our sponsors and our friends, make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you're hitting that thumbs up button, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all good on Sunday's headlines today?
I believe we are, yes.
Y'all want to go unless it doesn't happen first, or do you want to give final thoughts? I think we need to go into unless it doesn't happen personally.
Sounds good. Let's do it.
What do you got for me on unless it doesn't happen?
All right, first one. J. Will, you got me on a bandwagon this year.
Uh-oh.
You got me believing in a team, and I have believed in a team, and I still do somewhat believe in a team. But the Toledo Rockets are going down to Morgan State this year.
Oh.
You heard it here first, unless it doesn't happen. Their college football playoff dreams die.
To the Grizzlies?
To the Grizzlies. Sorry, J. Will.
That's just uncalled for, to be honest.
I mean, grizzly bear, top 5 death of an animal? Top 3?
Top 5 greatest deaths?
No. Like if you were to rank the most gruesome deaths an animal could give you, grizzly bear, top 5. Easy.
Yeah, probably.
Maybe top 3. Shark would be, I feel like, if a shark gonna get you quick, maybe bleed out. I don't know. Bite you in half, they kill you.
They just be taking limbs. And
then bleed out. Bleeding out is kind of not the move.
No.
Yeah. So that's top 3. But
right.
The Grizzlies, man. The Grizzlies taking down your Toledo Rockets. Show's silent right there. That's why I went into the top 5 animals bit, because like you were not vibing with that.
I mean,
tell me how that makes you feel.
Not great. I mean, I've got this man to put him in his college football playoff bracket, and then he wants to do this to me. He wants to turn his back on them after 2 weeks, after we just covered the spread against Western Kentucky, got a 20-point dub over them, put up 44 points.
I'm sorry.
I mean, gave Kentucky
now we want to jump
life.
Off the hype wagon?
I was feeling
their lives.
Frisky,
all I'm saying is, that's fine. You can predict this, but don't talk about Toledo for the rest of the year.
You know what I'm going to make y'all start doing again? You know, I'm going to make you move back to Athens. I'm going to make y'all start riding to the show together.
Really?
I feel like the show worked better when y'all had rides to really form a bond. So you know what, Jonathan? You got to move out of that house with your wife, and you got to go move back to Athens and start commuting to work.
I'll let you have that phone call with her.
It is decided. Morgan, if you're listening today, it is decided. At least for a month. Maybe that'll be our team camp. We got to move you two in together, have y'all, convene to work, commute to work together.
All right.
I like this.
I vote Kirby moves up here, but nonetheless.
I know I've been talking about Clemson winning this game, but you heard it here first. Dabo Swinney's on the hot seat after a big-time 14-point loss to Georgia Tech this weekend. You heard it here first. Unless it doesn't happen. Boys, now that I just did my first unless it doesn't happen, I'm having PTSD.
For what?
Because I got clipped bad this week by the Tennessee fan base, who I feel like has just opened their arms to this channel. And we got clipped just diabolically on Unless It Doesn't Happen the other day. And if you don't get this show, that like a Clemson fan could diabolically use that right now. I mean, so maybe we just need to put like a big warning up on the screen.
But then we can't clip them if they're right.
Well,
they look like geniuses.
So this is just something we got to wear. If somebody clips it in negatively fashion, we go, that didn't happen.
Either way.
If it works, like, buddy, if you don't think I had the UNLV goes down to Idaho State clip already clipped, ready to go for when they had that fourth quarter, but they won, so that one just gets demolished. I can use Unless It Doesn't Happen for my look at this Nostradamus genius benefit. You cannot use it against me. Them's the rules.
Sounds like either way we're going viral.
I think it's also something that you got to realize that when you're giving that take, you got to actually believe it.
No.
That's the whole point.
Now you've gone too far. No. Here's a bit.
I always thought this show was...
We give... No, Kirby. We give 15 hours of serious, way too serious talk. This here Thursday show is for our folks to get a good little belly laugh on their way out.
I just remember this being like, when we created this segment, it was, hey, we're doing this so you can call a really, really hot shot, and if it works, you look like a genius, and if not,
Correct.
it's okay.
Correct.
And then now it's
Correct.
just devolved into like, hey, we're just going to say anything. Mars is going to have life on it.
I mean, I gave the take of Dabo Swinney on the hot seat if you lose to Georgia Tech, and unless it doesn't happen, you delivered that take on Tuesday.
Right. But
I don't get your point.
I believe that take.
And I believe it could happen.
Do you believe Tennessee's not going to score a single touchdown in that game?
Do I believe that the Taylor Green Heisman talk starts on Monday after he drops a 400-yard performance and wins on the road at Ole Miss? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. And you heard it here first, unless it doesn't happen. I picked them to win the game. Does that work for you?
It's fine, dude.
Give me yours.
All right.
Hey, I haven't given one.
Go ahead, Jay Will.
Toledo hater doesn't get to go right now. Aaron Philo takes over the starting quarterback job at Georgia Tech this weekend for the rest of the season. Haynes King, step aside. We got a gunslinger in the pocket now. Thank you for your service, but we need you no more. You heard it here first, unless it doesn't happen.
I like that one.
Haynes King going to be hell in CFL football. Can you motion the quarterback in CFL? Could you imagine that guy, quarterback power with an actual like running head start towards the snap?
Ooh, that would be dangerous.
I just reinvented CFL football.
How many games of CFL football have you watched?
When last CFL football I watched was when Chad Ochocinco was up there.
I think
I tuned into a couple of those.
I've watched like one game. All right. There's a big matchup in South Florida this week. Miami versus USF. A lot of talk about this, and we're not talking about Carson Beck enough. People say, he's washed. He wasn't good at Georgia. I've never believed in him being good. Guess what? He's throwing for 3 racks against USF in this game. You heard it here first, unless it doesn't happen.
3,000 yards is a lot.
I'm close. 300. Three Benjis.
3 bills. 3 bills. Right? 3 racks is $3,000.
True.
Correct?
Yeah, it is. You're right.
Yeah.
Not rich
3
enough to
bills.
know.
I'm with you.
300.
I'm with you. I felt like I got way too much pushback when I was like, Carson Beck's the best pocket passer I've ever evaluated in 7 years.
Yeah.
Burrow was great. Don't get me wrong. But I feel like Burrow murdered people outside of the pocket. Murdered people outside of the pocket. I feel like half of his explosives were him extending the play to the right.
He did extend the play a lot.
I feel like on this network, since we've been doing film, the best, I'm going to dot you up from the pocket 30 times today. And that's all I'm going to do. And that's the only way I'm going to win today. It's Carson Beck. I don't even know of a close second. Josh Hoover?
I don't know.
I'm trying to think of a really good example.
Bryce Young was a really good pocket passer.
Bryce Young was a very good pocket passer.
Played with great timing. CJ Stroud.
Yeah.
Great timing, great anticipation.
CJ Stroud might be the answer.
CJ Stroud's the answer. You're right.
But he's up there.
And was playing in a much more air raid friendly system, not full
For
field
sure.
progression.
Also,
I didn't see him go through that, but you knew watching him as a rookie, he had it.
Also had a better wide receiver core.
Yeah. What else you got on unless it doesn't happen, boys?
Austin Simmons throws 2 interceptions this weekend, but 3 touchdowns for over 270 yards, overcomes the woes, defeats Arkansas. Heard it here first, unless it doesn't happen.
Whoa.
Alex Golish wins Coach of the Year mid-September. You heard it here first. The Bulls going to be taking the Hurricanes into some deep water on Saturday. They win it with situational football. They get it done. Bills, Bulls, give it to me. They pull off the upset. You heard it here first, unless it doesn't happen.
Do you have to make USF the number 1 team if they do that?
Top 10 for sure.
Not number 1.
Not number 1. No.
3 ranked wins?
They'd be the only team.
Beat a top 10 team?
There's going to be Big
On
Ten
the road?
playoff teams that don't have 3 top 25 ranked wins at the end of the year.
This is true.
This is fact.
Big facts.
Beat a top 10 team on the road?
You're right, though. I mean, if
They're top 8. They should be.
Dude, they launched Florida State into the top 15 after beating Alabama, and they were ranked 8th.
if you get through the first,
you're delivering right now.
if you get through the first 3 weeks of the season undefeated, there is a very high chance that we get another G5 team that is not ranked number 12 in the playoffs.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, if they beat Miami this week, I don't see anybody in their conference getting them.
Nope.
No. Doesn't look
So
that
we're
way.
looking at, if they beat Miami this week, we're looking at a 13-0 USF team.
We could be looking at USF hosting a playoff game.
Ooh. Is it hosting, though?
That'll be in the Tampa Bay Bucks Stadium, though.
Correct.
That'll be interesting.
That might create some scheduling conflicts.
Oh, yeah, you're right. for the Tampa Bay's like, ain't no way these dudes gonna be having a playoff game.
What if Malachi Nelson? I know this is not what if, but it's unless it doesn't happen. And you've got me second guessing this one because I don't think it's going to happen. The defense from Texas.
Say it anyway.
Go say it with your chest. The UTEP Miners giving Texas Longhorns a sweat this weekend. You heard it here first. Unless it doesn't happen.
That's not that crazy.
Like 21-14 half.
Okay.
17-14.
That's not crazy.
Half.
I mean,
they look sloppy. Texas offensively don't look great. Ain't clicking right about now.
not yet, no.
Malachi Nelson got something to prove.
I mean, it's not like you came out here
Seen the fro on that cat? He's got gray hair.
It's not like you came out here and said that Biff Poggi was going to take Sharon Moore's job after this weekend.
Watch out. The internet's going to reaffirm or reacquaint themselves with the Poge man this weekend, and it's going to be beautiful.
Absolutely.
I can't wait to see them sloppy arms. You know what I mean? I can't wait to see that cutoff. I mean, I feel self-conscious walking around a cutoff. Can't imagine. I guess you get to a point of wealth and age where you just don't give a damn.
It'd be better if it was...
It's freedom.
It'd be
wealth
better,
and age do it to you.
It'd be better if it was late in the year and it was like a snow game and he's just out there in the cutoff.
Just cutting diamonds.
Yeah.
You care about that? That's something you want to see?
Hey, what are your final thoughts, man? Guys,
I got one more.
My bad.
I'll somewhat redeliver a take right here. 30%, ladies and gentlemen. 30% of South Carolina's drives this season have ended in a 3-and-out. Give me Vanderbilt putting South Carolina's offense to sleep and walking out of Williams-Rice with a dub.
There you go.
Whoa.
J. Will's back.
Love it.
I like it.
Love it.
Now, final thoughts.
Final thoughts, boys. There's some big-time football games this weekend. Big-time football games. Second best slate of the year so far, out of two. Ranked this number 2 behind week 1.
Gotta be.
Probably got more season-ending impact games, though. You know what I mean?
Well, that's what
after
happens
week 1,
the deeper you go in the season.
Thanks for bringing logic to the show.
I'm just saying, man. Oh, this week 12 game is more consequential than week 2. Who'd have thought of that?
You're crushing, bro. Clemson at Georgia Tech. What's your final thought on this football game? If a Clemson fan or a Tech fan is walking out of the show tonight, what's the last thing they need to think about in this ball game?
You will know immediately if you're in trouble on Saturday if you're Clemson. You will know it in the first quarter that if this is going to be a tight football game, if Georgia Tech is going to have a legitimate chance of beating you, you're going to know it very early on because they're going to be moving the football at will. They're going to be holding the football away from you, and it's going to feel like an hour has passed since the last time your offense touched the ball. It's like every single possession will feel like a do or die moment. That's when you will know if this game is going to be close and if you might be in trouble. So just know that going in, like you'll know your feelings for the rest of the game within the first quarter of this football game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, definitely the final thought I would have for both fan bases here is you're going to know quickly, like Jay Will just said, and I think we have the same note on that. It's kind of interesting. I do feel like the closer we get to this game, the more it feels like it's one of these that Clemson wins, just because everyone on the nation is so high on Georgia Tech getting this upset. But we will, after the first quarter, you can tell me like, hey, what's the time of possession look like, and we'll very quickly know which team's in trouble. So I agree with Jay Will on that.
Shout out to Dale and his wife. I got Georgia Tech losing this football game, but guys, Georgia Tech was undefeated at home last year.
Yes, they were.
Like all of their upsets under the Brent Key regime have really come inside that stadium at Babydad. All right, so big time football game down there. They have a chance, a real chance, and it's because of their offense. It's because of their physicality. It's because of how they play football. I think Haynes King gives them the best chance to shorten possessions and really protect their defense. That's the guy I would roll with, and I do think this is going to be the second best football game of the weekend. I think it's going to be a fourth quarter fist fight, just like I think Georgia and Tennessee is going to be. And I don't know about any other football game this weekend. I think they could be one score lopsided, 2-score games. This one, I think, might be going down to the wire. So get ready.
Yeah.
If you're a Georgia Tech fan, get ready to scream loud in the fourth quarter. Rare energy in that stadium. Have y'all been, right?
Yeah. I have not.
The student section has a very soccer fan vibe. Like they do chants. They do like it's like watching a soccer game in like an Irish stadium where they do whatever. You know, they sing the songs about I'm thinking of the TV show with the dude with the mustache.
Oh,
Jason Sudeikis. Roll kick. Yeah, like they do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
At Georgia Tech. What's your final thought on that South Florida Miami game?
We might be getting tricked by Carson Beck and how good he is. We might be getting tricked by the wide receiver weapons, and they might not Ted Lasso. We might not actually be as good as we thought they were, and Miami might not have the offensive firepower we thought. But I don't have a doubt that offensive line is as good as it's advertised. And I think that's what ultimately wins them this game. That's my final thought on that. If all else fails, if Carson Beck doesn't play a great game, if Miami doesn't necessarily look good running the football, if the wide receivers can't get separation, I trust that late in this fourth quarter, Miami's offensive line is going to be able to make the difference.
For me, man, if it's a one-score football game in the fourth quarter, USF's got probably the chance to win the football game. If I'm live betting that one and they get that into the fourth quarter, I pick them to win. I just don't know if they're going to be able to get themselves back up. It's really, really hot. We talked about adrenaline dump this week. Normally, when you come away with a massive upset, you have to figure out a way to not get let down the next week. I think they knew they were going to beat Boise State. I think last week was a little bit like, we think we can beat them, and then you go beat them, and it's like, oh my God, we just beat Florida at Florida. And we got to go to Miami next week. I think it could be a potential letdown.
It really does feel like that South Florida football team is built for that exact moment of we're in the fourth quarter, we got one more possession and we can put the game away. Like that is what their entire identity is built around of. We got to go 60 yards down the field to get in the field goal range. Let's do it.
I don't even think they got to be like up or tied. Like if it's a one-score football game, Miami's up 7. You'll go watch. We watched it for 2 years here. You see it when Carson Beck's your quarterback. If you're in the fourth quarter with a 1-score, 2-score lead trying to ice it, it ain't getting iced. They're going to load the box and stop the run, and the quarterback's not involved. It's +1 counts. I don't care if you've got 3 first-rounders. Hell, I don't care if you got 4 NFL starters week 1 when they're rookies like Georgia did last year. You will get stuffed. All right, so if it is a 7-point Miami lead, it is not safe. And we have definitely seen how this defense bust coverages in the back end.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Van Diaz, South Carolina. What's your final thought, Jonathan?
Final thought is, it is South Carolina, you have to fix these offensive issues.
Scares the poop out of me, dude.
30%? I know, it's staggering.
1/3 of the time, we just might as well punt.
I think, too, the other part is that you've only scored 4 touchdowns with your offense. So, that's getting close to half of your points.
And I guarantee you all 4 of those were just bum luck explosives.
Well, there's the other, so 2 of them were in 5 plays or less. The other 2 were about 10, 13 play drives.
Just running it down people's
But it's been 3 punt returns from Vicari and Swain, and then it's also been a fumble recovery for a touchdown. It's been a safety.
Punt block.
All those things, so you got to figure that out, man, because it doesn't even matter about this football game. It matters for the rest of your season because you can't be that type of offense going into road environments like you are this year and hoping that sticks and that's what pulls you out wins for the rest of the year. So you need that needs to be the biggest thing that South Carolina fans pay attention to this weekend. If you win, it should be because our offense was methodical. We scored in a multitude of ways. It wasn't just because Nick Harbor got loose twice and we got 14 points and the defense saved us for the rest of the day.
We could be seeing a late season offensive peak from these guys. They did lose their offensive coordinator.
To
this place. I know Mike Shula is great, but we still got to be able to get the quarterback and the OC on the same page. We talk about it a lot on this channel of not just knowing what we're running, but why we're running it. The difference between the two, right? Every player out there should know what we are running. The great ones that figure out why we're running what we're running, especially at the quarterback position, they understand it, right? When we're calling a specific cover 4 beater and they're playing cover 4, we know why it's vulnerable and we know why the coach just called the play and we're more likely to be a successful quarterback. I think they're struggling to understand the why right about now. So there's that.
I think that you're going to find out how Vanderbilt responds to this new situation they're in.
Yeah.
You've never come into a game where a top 15 team's like, hey, Vandy's coming to town. Watch out. They're going to upset you. And it's kind of bleeding into what we've seen with Vanderbilt. They've got I-showed speed, breaking down huddles at practice and things like that. They very much are enjoying being in the limelight right now. And I don't know how that's going to work out for them.
Theo Vaughn was at their place all season last year and they were 7-5. So it's Nashville. You got to be used to partying. People showing up. No, nothing. Hey, my final thought on this football game is what you're talking about. Vandy's offense consistently humming right now. Consistently moving the football.
Mm-hmm.
And they play offense in a style that the longer they're out there, the more likely they are to be explosive. Now, that seems like every offense, but really with what they're doing, they're just lull you to sleep, punch you in the face. Lull you to sleep, punch you in the face. And the longer you're out there getting lulled to sleep, the more you're going to get punched in the face. So I worry about that with this turn, like just, oh, here's the ball right back. Whether it be via turnovers, 3 and outs, they're bad at it right now, South Carolina, and that scares me. I still pick South Carolina to win the football game because South Carolina and Shane Beamer due for a damn, they can beat anybody.
Yeah.
Look at that team. Holy hell. They're due for one of those right about now. They just hadn't clicked so far offensively. Final thought on this Arkansas Ole Miss football game.
I think a lot of people are buying Arkansas because of what they've seen from Austin Simmons. And if you do see what you've seen the first 2 weeks from Austin Simmons, Arkansas has a chance. But Ole Miss has to give you an opportunity to win you this game. I don't think that Arkansas is going to come out here and just flat out beat Ole Miss. I think Lane Kiffin's too good of an offensive coordinator for that. I think our Ole Miss is too superior talented in comparison to Arkansas. So my final thoughts on that are Arkansas can win this game if Ole Miss gives it to them.
Yeah, it really kind of boils down to that for Arkansas. Of like, you're going to need some things to break your way, because if this is just like pure offensive shootout, neither off, like you're just kind of waiting for an offense to make a mistake. In that style of football game, with this one being at Ole Miss, I would lean towards something happening for Arkansas's offense. So you're going to need your defense to create havoc plays. You're going to need something to break your way. Like, you're going to need some short fields and some quick strikes. Like, that's your path to winning this football game. Of we get a turnover on the 40-yard line, Taylor Green 2 plays, puts it in the end zone. Like, that's what you need, because you just need constant momentum shifters for you. But if Ole Miss is just able to march their way down the field, you got to respond every time. That's not the type of football game you want to be in.
If Austin Simmons throws multiple interceptions, they will lose this football game. I think. You just can't hand extra possessions to Taylor Green. Not the way he's playing right now. They're humming. Him and Bobby, 2 years in the system together, it's just confident. Every time I see Taylor play, I'm like, we're due for a 40-yard hitter at some point here. It's going to happen. You're going to get smacked. So, yeah, you can't be handing that guy extra possessions. That's the last thing I want to say about that football game. I want people to know he keeps turning it over like this. Eventually, it's going to get you. I thought it was going to get you last week. Now, you're at home this week. Makes it totally different for that Ole Miss offense. We know that better than anybody, I feel like, with our history of pulling up those stats, home and away splits. We've talked to our audience about that ad nauseum. Feels like every time we talk about Ole Miss, we talk about, oh, it's a road game. They're going to stink. But they're at home, so it's totally different. That being said, Kentucky got them last year at home. So it can be done. Texas A&M and Notre Dame, boys, final thought.
This is probably the game I know the least about, simply because of what we've seen. We've seen 3 games between these two teams. One of them was a loss, and the other were 2 tomato cans. So I don't really know what to think. This is probably the biggest final thought for me is Notre Dame's secondary as good as we thought it was last year? We didn't necessarily see them lock up Miami wide receivers. They had some success passing the ball.
Jonathan, will you look up if Christian Gray's healthy?
Yeah.
Go ahead. Sorry.
But yeah, the 3 questions I have at this is Notre Dame's secondary as good as we think it should be? Is Texas A&M's defense good at all? And then can CJ Carr be a winning quarterback for Notre Dame?
Good at all. Good at all. H2O?
Subliminal. I like it.
H2O, good for all? Good for all people to drink great water like this. Also great for all causes. Kirby, did you know that every or a portion of every bottle sold from H2O goes to dedicating resources to solving the clean water crisis?
Man.
Did you know that right now they're in Uganda building clean water wells with the value of the bottles sold?
Really?
Did you know that?
I
Yes.
did know that, but that's because we're very close.
And here's how you know I know that. Right here on the bottle, they have a QR code where I can scan to actually see where the impact's made. You know? I mean, every bottle helps bring clean water, Kirby, and protect better health to someone who needs it. Scan to follow your Drops journey today. The lives it reaches and the ripples it creates and the real changes it makes. Your purchase, your impact. H2O.com.
Could not find any injury news on Christian Gray.
He got hurt last week or 2 weeks ago against Miami. I was just making sure he's healthy.
Yeah, there's nothing new there.
I think he returned to the football game, so I was just making sure.
I believe he did.
Can't go the whole week talking about that football game if one of the best corners in the country's out. So just double checking there. Hey, my final thought. If Marcel Reed can make plays with his legs, they will win. Now, speaking of injuries, he's got a shoulder injury, non-throwing shoulder. I wonder if that limits his legs. I bet it will. They probably don't want him taking another non-contact hit. That concerns me about this one. Florida at LSU. My final thoughts on this football game, honestly, is that if they have an opportunity, it's through Jaden Ball and whether or not DJ Lagway can knock off the cobwebs. Was last week enough of a, hey, son, we got to practice hard this week to come out and play confident and hit some explosives? But none of that matters if they don't feed Jaden Ball in this football game. And if they're down multiple scores, you're not going to be able to run the rock like you want to. So keep it close, be able to run Jaden Ball. Other than that, I think LSU's going to roll.
Yeah, I think that Florida's defensive line is going to have to really contain Caden Durham. He had some big-time plays in that Clemson game, and I think it kind of really helped them prevail in that football game. If you can make them one-dimensional and you could really just tee off against that offensive line, there's certainly a path where your defense can help you win this football game. But it ultimately boils down to if you can make something shake with this offense, if you can find some consistency, if you can find a playmaker that you can really rely on. And I think you have one, and I think when we see in moments where DJ Lagway doesn't have it that day, we should be relying on our run game. And so, like you're saying, Brooks, like Jaden Ball, if that's what this game boils down to, I think you can do it, but we have to identify that and we have to commit to that. So before it's too late, we can't just be relying on DJ Lagway and have some crucial mistakes made down the stretch. So if Florida sees that early on, then you got to make a shift. But if they don't, LSU's going to win this game.
The longer I watch LSU football and the more I see it, the less I believe that this is a national title contender, because I do think that there are that many questions on the offensive line, especially with the interior. At the same point, though, I don't think Florida is the team stylistically or emotionally or mentally in the situation to upset them. I like LSU winning this game, and I think that they'll win it. Not handily, it won't be a beatdown, but you won't walk away from this going, man, LSU got out of here by the skin of their teeth.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out how to get our parking tickets for Saturday in Knoxville, Tennessee.
Definitely need that.
We do need that.
Last thing we want to do is be chasing around a towed truck at the end of the game.
Absolutely. Man. You know what's been wild? Just the opening of arms from that fan base. That's been insane. I think we got 25 invites to different tailgates. And
better have some good food.
Damn, Jay Will. This is a high maintenance celebrity, are you? Good Lord.
Hang on.
No autographs.
Have you
Jesus, Jay Will.
Apparently, they're calling when the Florida player spit on that USF guy Croc Tua.
I hate it.
That's amazing.
No,
I'm not opposed.
Croc Tua?
That is one of the stupidest viral memes to have ever crossed the internet.
It is, but it makes, Croc Tua.
Ugh. I mean, I get the meme. I get the what you're going for there. I'm not opposed to it.
I think it's hilarious.
We good?
Yeah.
Good on National Hour? Hey, we have a whole nother hour coming up right now.
Welcome into Talk the Dog, the show where we find a bone to pick and a take to give. These are not hot takes. These is dog takes. Can I talk that dog? What's up? Really like that. You really like that? Let's shut up and grind some tape.
What is up, ladies and gentlemen? We are back here for another hour on the Film Guy Network. We got a loaded local hour for you. I got some breaking news on the Friday Night Mike's front. We got top 5 things I'm watching this weekend as Georgia takes on Tennessee. Sunday's headlines today, local hour edition. We got keys to the victory for you guys. Final thoughts on this ball game. And last night we looked at Georgia's offense versus Tennessee's defense and the matchups individually there. Tonight we're going to flip it over on the other side of the football. Take a look at Georgia's defense versus this vaulted and confident Tennessee offense on the other side. I already gave my shout out to H2O. Guys, not just a tremendous product. I'm telling you again, a tremendous purpose, right? H2O.com. Go give some shout outs to those folks. Hey, what are your top 5 things you're watching this weekend, boys? Did you give me a list or is this my list y'all filling in? How did we decide we're doing this tonight?
I mean, I did a top 5. So.
Please do so. I'm trying to get this Ticketmaster thing set up right here.
Gotcha. Okay. First one I have is what does Gunner
I mean, this would be way easier if this was just done through SeatGeek.
Would be.
You know what I mean?
Better company to use.
Much superior.
This is true. First one I'm looking at is, what does Gunnar Stockton look like confidence-wise?
Gotta be.
Seem comfortable in the pocket? Is he willing to take deep shots? I don't need him to come out here and try to run over a linebacker and try to do all these extra things like he's trying to do too much. Just that he's operating within the offense and on time and seems comfortable with any throw that he takes. He's not consistently taking for checkdowns. Second one I'm going to be paying attention to is Jonell Aguero in the slot. The Georgia defense has typically been vulnerable vertically from the slot position. It's what happened to Georgia Tech in 2022. We've seen other instances where they take shots on you out of that slot position. It's typically the star who covers that. That's why I'm going to be paying attention to Jonell Aguero. Also because there have been concerns in the past as to whether or not Jonell Aguero can turn and run with a speedy wide receiver. Number 3 is, how clean is Joey Aguilar's pocket? They're going to take the shots downfield. We know that's going to be a thing. That's part of what a Tennessee offense does. How easy and what kind of platform is he operating on? Something that you can just step up and throw, or is he having to make off-balance throws where he's off kill and all of these things? I think that's going to be extremely important for the outcome of this game. Where the hell did that guy come from for Georgia this year? The last 2 years under Mike Bobo. Last year, 2023, obviously it was Dylan Bell. Was a pretty good wide receiver for you, and then came out and was doing all of these things. Was catching passes out the backfield. Was throwing passes out of the backfield. I think he had 2 or 3 total touchdowns in that game. Really a coming out moment for him. That bled into the 2023 hype train for him.
Can I make a prediction for that?
Go ahead.
Talon Taylor. Talon Taylor, secret weapon for Saturday.
Oscar Delp was also an example of this last year. Was a solid tight end all the way up until that, but exploded for Georgia's offense against Tennessee. So where the hell did that guy come from? We haven't seen tape on this guy. Hasn't really shown that he's playing the role he's playing in right now. And my 5th and final thing that I'm going to be looking for is, if Georgia can neutralize this Tennessee crowd, how quickly can they do it? Is this a instance where by halftime, half of them are leaving and it's a dead crowd, it doesn't matter? Or is it you don't ever neutralize them, it's a 4-quarter game where they're involved the entire time? That is going to be a crucial key to the matchup for Georgia.
Speaking of crucial keys, a crucial key to being able to pay these bills around here is them super chubs. Let's talk to Tim Jackson right quick. Love the ball knowledge, you guys. Go Dogs. I'll bet Gunnar has 2 rushing touchdowns Saturday. What say you, boys? What say you? Gunnar Stockton, 2 rushing tuts. Hey, last time y'all were in this stadium with a mobile quarterback with Stetson Bennett, I think he put 2 in the box, if my memory serves me correct.
He definitely put 1 in there.
Definitely off read op, to start the football game, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't read option. It was roll out right, play broke down, cut back in, and then scurried for a touchdown.
Steven says, Bucky's money for snacks. You think I'm stopping at Bucky's?
We don't do that.
You out your mind. Bucky's overrated. DGD podcast. Shout out to Robert. Says Jadon just had his first ever football practice tonight. Got a little baller. It's time for him to become a certified ball knower. Hey, we love that right there. Hey, start training them young. We've watched our language around here. We're trying to brighten up the place a little bit, educate the place a little bit around here, tighten it up a little bit. So yeah. The young certified ball.
And we got some merch for him. Dad knows ball.
Dad knows ball.
We got certified ball knower t-shirts as well.
Absolutely. Dustin Holzman says, Kirby, what you know about them Willie's Weenie Wagon? Did I say that right?
Yeah, Willie's Weenie Wagon. Love it. I usually get a boneless pork chop sandwich, a kitty dog, and a Willie burger.
So they sell more than weenies at the Weenie Wagon?
Yeah. It's like a full restaurant.
Huh. So it's no longer a wagon.
No, it's like it's a hole in the wall for sure. But they actually just closed in their outside porch area, so it's pretty sick.
This is Athens affiliated restaurant?
No, this is Brunswick, Georgia.
Huh. No free reads. No free reads.
Nah, dude, shout out.
No free reads
shout
out
out
here,
Brunswick,
dog.
Georgia.
We're going to have to talk to the Weenie Wagon. All right? Just got to charge them. What do y'all, where were we at? I got Phil Friday Night Mike news.
You didn't even give your top 10 things that you're watching.
Oh, top 5 things I'm watching? Here we go. Number 5. Tennessee's defensive game plan. Are they going to play man coverage on Saturday afternoon? I don't think it's a good idea. It makes it too easy. We talked about that already this week. Number 4. Tennessee's down in distances. Are they in 2nd and 4 a lot? If you are, you're in trouble.
I will say that I looked up the stat today. On 3rd and 6 or more, Joey Aguilar is 1 for 4 on the air for 7 passing yards, has not completed a first down in those situations on the season.
That's weird. I must have studied the only one. First 3rd and 10 of the football game against Syracuse. He's don't like that. Here comes the dig. Ripped. So, interesting. Number 3, Georgia's run game, obviously. Are they able to push dudes around? They're going to have to on Saturday, I think. Number 2, you mentioned it. It's a great point about this Tennessee offense. You've been listening. You've been paying attention to the ball. Not just pass rush, immediate win. Immediate win rate. You got to get home now. You got to get home quickly. Can't be waiting 3.5 seconds to get home. Got to get home in under 3. Number 1, Gunner's impact. Too much talk, myself included, about the ability to drive the ball down the field. That's great. That's awesome. I think that's the last infinity stone for this offense, though. And it's certainly needed if they're going to win in September, in December, and in January. All right. But the key to this football game on Saturday is, can he be a playmaker at all? I just need you to make a play, son. 3rd and 2, make a play. When we get it in the red zone, make a play. Just be a playmaker, whether with your legs, whether with your arm. You're going to have to make a play, 14, at some point on Saturday. I'll be paying attention to it, watching it closely.
Did you have any, Jay Will?
Yeah, I do have 5. Monroe Freeling and Ernest Green. Those are 2 big matchups for Tennessee's defense and for Georgia's offensive line. Joshua Josephs has been a problem on Tennessee's defense this year. A good problem. No.
Josh?
You always want to say Anthony Josephs.
Why? Who
I don't
is
know.
Anthony Joseph?
It's Joshua Josephs, though.
Mark it down now.
Did I go to school with an Anthony Joseph?
I've even corrected you multiple times.
Do
you
I
continue.
know an Anthony Joseph? I covered Joshua in high school.
Yeah.
You know what his coach comped him to? Aziz Ojolari.
Ah.
I thought he was crazy at the time.
And by problem for Tennessee's defense, I mean a good problem. Like, he has been a havoc playmaker for them. So Monroe Freeling, Ernest Green going to have their hands full. Jonel Aguero, certainly a big focal point on Georgia's defense heading into this matchup. I know some people have been talking about Dalen Green getting moved to star, but the only problem with that is getting him subbed in. What?
You said Dalen Green, Dalen Everett.
Oh, Dalen Everett, sorry. Dalen Everett, like getting him subbed in.
That's by proxy, football brain.
Tennessee likes to get on the ball very quickly, so subs on defense they don't come easy sometimes against this football team. So you can't just bank on that happening every time you get into a passing situation. The third one I have is if Tennessee remains super aggressive on the edge. I just talked about Joshua Josephs, but with the factor that Gunnar Stockton can run, Georgia's added in some read option plays into this offense. Do they still want their edge defenders getting super far upfield on those? Like, interested to see how they defend that, what they want to do there. The running back rotation for Georgia. Like, is this going to be a game where you identify the hot hand and you're just going to keep feeding that guy, or are you just going to keep rotating it in between Dwight Phillips, Nate Frazier, and Chauncey Bowens? I'm thinking more of the latter, because you have 3 really good options. Keep them all fresh, but certainly something I'll be paying attention to. And then you mentioned it, Brooks, how Tennessee chooses to cover Georgia. What are they going to do? Are they going to play a lot of zone? Are they going to go to man? Do they really trust their corners that much that they feel comfortable doing that? That's one of the most important things, in my opinion.
Are y'all with me? I keep repeating this take about man-to-man coverage. Don't you think Gunnar thrives more than that? Don't you? I thought he looked better against Notre Dame than he looked against Austin.
It's certainly a clearer image.
I mean,
I thought he looked more confident and more decisive against Notre Dame than he's looked in the first 2 games against some slop.
it's hard to say that's the reason why. I think it's also just the moment of, hey, you know what? I'm just going to go out there and ball, as opposed to this is my team, this is my offense. Whatever I do will be a reflection.
Kirby,
of me.
you know ball. So when I talk to you about this conversation, you understand. Isn't it way easier for a young quarterback to go, I got a back shoulder over here,
Yes,
free access,
absolutely.
I'm going to throw that, than opposed to, hey, this guy's running a dig over here, but the corner might be sacked. What we're seeing right now on tape is my eyes are on the right spot. I just don't trust myself to make that throw. That doesn't happen when we're talking about man-to-man. That happens in zone.
Correct.
So I just think it would be way easier for this kid if it's just like, oh, we're going to win today if we pick up blitz. Because I love Ty Redmond. I mean, I feel like our Friday Night Mike episode of him against Alpharetta 2 years ago was the next day he's just blowing up with SEC O's. He's big, he's long, he's physical, but he's young. I have no doubt that Georgia's wide receivers can win man-to-man matchups this week. I also have no doubt they're good in conventional pass protection settings.
Right.
I think it's overblown about their pass protection issues. It's in play action. It's not in conventional 3-step games. So it's very curious to me. I want to know some coaches that are listening today. What are your thoughts? Because I do understand blitzing him, but I'd zone blitz him. I wouldn't be out here man blitzing him. That's just my opinion. Hey, we do have some news on the Friday Night's Mic'd standpoint. And I know not everyone listens to our live shows based off the numbers. And a lot of people have made their Saturday routine. They wake up at 8 o'clock and they watch Friday Night Mic'd. I'm sorry, you're not going to have anything this week, and it's not It's our fault, but it's not our fault. We were scheduled to go see Jared Curtis this week. Guys, they healthy scratched him. They're going to beat the hell out of whoever they're playing so damn bad that their 5-star quarterback's not even going to play. They're going to let the backup play this week. So that's what they got going on. I'm not doing Friday Night's Mike for a 5-star warm-up. Are y'all?
No, probably
All
not.
right, we're going to head to Knoxville tomorrow. So we're just going to go straight up there and spend some time in Tennessee up there. So unfortunately, no Friday Night's Mike this week. And really unfortunate for us because I was just extremely excited to see the dude spin it.
Yeah.
I want to see this guy play. I've heard this guy's got alpha, you know what, going on this year with this football team. I can guarantee you I'm going to make it a priority to see him in a state title game because even though they won it 42-0 last year, he balled and he showed everything that it is. So we're going to go see him in that. The only problem with that is I don't know if we're going to be able to Friday Night Mike that. I don't know if we're going to be able to do that because it might be on television. So we'll figure it out. I'm going to see Curtis at some point this year. I just don't know when it's going to be. But no Friday Night's Mike this week, unfortunately.
Bummer.
You know what's... Never mind. We've already done it. H2 all I got. Keys to the victory, boys. I'm going to start... On the offensive side of the football, it's real nice and simple. Reset the line of scrimmage, right? That's nice and easy. Everybody says that. But in this football game, you mentioned the stunts, the slants, the vertical nature of this defensive line from Tennessee. I'm telling you what would be the worst case scenario for the University of Georgia this week. If those first two drives, that defensive line from Tennessee comes off thinking, ooh, that's sweet today. We're going to be all right, boys. We can get upfield. We can do whatever we want. We're punching these dudes in the mouth. They're catching today. They're not hunting. They're not going forward. They're worried about what we got going on. They out here receiving contact. If that's what the noise is from that defensive huddle coming off them first two drives, you're in for a long day of aggressive hunting from this Tennessee defensive front. You've got to go out, set the tone early, punch them in the mouth. All right, that's every road game, but it really is defenses that hunt like this. Defenses that get upfield. You've got to make these guys the first couple series afterwards come out there going, oh, I don't know if I want to get upfield. I might be getting trapped, or I might be getting pinned, or whatever it is. They've got to have some type of hesitation about them. If they're able to pin their ears back in the run game, they're going to be playing confident. It's going to be a long day. Number two, I would get Gunner a deep shot early. All right, so whatever. And I know this again. Some of this stuff's like cliche. Some of this stuff makes sense. I'm not talking about free access throw. Let's get him a screen in the flat. Let's get him an easy completion. Duh. We know that. I want to see him throw the ball downfield and get him juiced up in that away stadium, running down the field with a 45-yard explosive, jumping up and down, getting the juices flowing. He needs that. He needs that level of confidence. I'd get it early in the script, even if it means we go 3 and out. It would be in our opener script. We'd be run, take a deep shot the first time we get into second two. I don't care if Tim Banks knows it. All right, we're going to isolate a one-on-one, and we're going to put the ball down 45 yards downfield and hope our guy comes down with it, and it will spark our young quarterback. Okay, so I think that's what I would be handling or paying attention to. Got to handle the twisted stunts. That's obvious. Got to handle the twisted stunts from this Tennessee run game. How about a little yak with Zach? How about a little yak with Zach? If they want to be this man-to-man football team, if they want to get in your face, if they want to play this, we're better than you, we can cover you, get after your quarterback stuff. Get that ball into that Jitterbug's hands real quick, because here's the other thing about man-to-man coverage, right? If you get beat in man-to-man, there's one guy left, the center field safety. And I don't trust the center field safety of anybody to bring Zachariah Branch down an open field. I think if you get that man-to-man early and you get a man beater to Zachariah Branch, you get him the ball now, magic things can happen on Saturday. It would be in my Waffle House card, it would be separated. P and 10 calls, 1st and 10 calls, 2nd and 2 calls, 2nd and 9 calls. And over here, it'd be yak with Zach calls over here. And we'd be feeding them. We'd be feeding them if they want to play man-to-man coverage on me on Saturday. Got to find 19 and 7. Got to find Joshua Josephs and Arian Carter. All right, or Aaron Carter as we like to call him. R.I.P. Man, I can't get bogged down in that one. Hey, defense. Keys to the win on the defensive side of the football. Number one, when you play a pace and space offense, what's the number one key, Kirby?
Pace and space on defense?
Yep. to stop a pace and space offense, what's the number one key? Get your cleats in the ground. Get your cleats in the ground. Get set up. Get ready for the call. Get everything communicated. Let's go. We got to get ready to play. They play with a lot of pace. Get your cleats in the ground. Get set up first to the pace. Number 2, eliminate the run. Duh. Eliminate the run. Got to eliminate the run against this Tennessee defense, but most importantly, with what? Stop the run
light boxes.
With light boxes. Got to stop the run with light boxes. Got to get home quickly. You talked about it, right? You talked about it. Got to get home on these guys really, really quickly in the passing department. Who's going to do that, though, and how are they going to do that? 90's going to do that from the defensive tackle position. I think with just raw superstardom. I think he's got an opportunity to explode this weekend, does Elijah Griffin. I think Kristen Miller's going to do it with raw technique, just playing the damn game the right way, all right, and winning. Recognizing past situations, understanding the situational football, understanding down the distance, recognizing pass sets, whatever it is. 52's got to get home and get home quickly. Number 0, Gabe Davis, or not Gabe Davis. What am I doing there? Gabe Harris.
There you go.
Davis is the Buffalo Bills wide receiver.
What are we at now? We got to be at like 60 footballisms, just football brains. We got to be north. I mean, we're over a minute wearing the football helmet at the end of the month. Hey, Gabe Harris going to get home with a bull rush. Just put the tackle in the lap of the quarterback. Chris Cole going to get home with some twitch, with some bend, with some I'm home now. They got to get home quickly in this football game. The other key, and it's a new key for Tennessee. This is something that they haven't really had in years prior. The screen game. Got to eliminate the screen game from Tennessee. Cannot let them be in attackable situations on second down. Got to get Mike Matthews rattled. Got to find a way to get Mike Matthews rattled somehow, some way. Start making them drops happen somehow, some way. Because if he's feeling like a playmaker, he's going to make plays, okay? The other one, calm with the ball in the air. I think it's the most important one. Y'all been really sticky in man-to-man coverage, but it's different when the ball's, you're 50 yards downfield and the ball's in there and you're doing this one and you're panicking, can't get grabby, and got to find the football, got to stay calm in those situations. And when you lose them, here's one probably the most important key this weekend. You got to respond when these explosives happen. I think they're going to happen on Saturday. That place is going to be going nuts. But you got to hold them to a field goal when they happen. All right? You can't be letting them get in the box. Get them down on the ground and get off the field with a field goal. You'll be all right.
I like those. Any others?
No, I'm good. What do you got, keys to victory?
Offensively for Georgia, stick to being you, but you have to make it work. In other words, don't be too stubborn. Like if running the football and doing what you traditionally want to do this season isn't exactly your bread and butter on Saturday, then find some other ways to be creative, obviously, but be you, man. Don't allow Tennessee to dictate how you're going to operate offensively. Don't feel rushed into this. Stick to your DNA offensively this year. I think you can make it work. Got to play clean up front. Have to. Got to get some things, like if you're going to run the football, got to be clean. Got to know we got to be gap sound as offensive line. Got to communicate with one another. Got to know where we are going. Those play action passes that you want to get into to create explosive in this game. We talk about Gunner all the time, how he's not slinging the ball down the field, but it also has to be. We have to give him a clean pocket, man. Like when we feel like we got one drawn up, we have to execute on those opportunities. All 11 guys have to execute in those opportunities. Number one, and the last one I have. You got to win your one-on-ones. When you get those opportunities, when you get Noah Thomas and Colby Young in a one-on-one opportunity, we got to have good ball placement from Gunner, and we also have to have our receivers win those opportunities as well. Capitalize on those moments, and you'll be successful on offense. Moving on to the defensive side of the ball.
Speaking of capitalizing on opportunities, you got a prime opportunity for a J. Will ISO right now, and you're just not getting it. You're just not getting it.
He didn't call it, man.
Chat loves a J. Will ISO. That's on me, though. I got to direct the offense. I'm the point guard. I didn't walk up on the front of the key and let the offense know that it's ISO Joe time.
Here you go, Jay.
But it's ISO J. Will time.
Bring it in close, ladies and gentlemen, because I ain't done yet. Defensively, we got to rattle the offense early. You know, this offense has gotten off to hot starts in week 1 and in week 2 as well. So if you rattle them early, I think that gives them something to deal with. I think it's something that they haven't had overcome yet. Something that Joey Aguilar hasn't dealt with, of maybe playing behind a little bit. Maybe things aren't working first off. So if the defense can get them on a 3-and-out in the first couple of drives, or maybe you get a turnover or something like that, I think that really behooves you. Number 2, be the tone setter in this game. Strike them, play with that fire, passion, and energy that you've been talking about all offseason. The one that we saw in week 1 from that defense. That defense was flying all over the place, bodies all over the ground. That's what you need to see in this football game. Make them fear you a little bit, all right? The last one, no free gifts. We talk about panic on those deep shots. Do not give them free gifts. Because if you make a great play on the ball, don't get grabbing, get a holding call, and give them the extra 10 or 15 yards. Don't give them free gifts. Don't jump off sides. Don't do any of that stuff. Just be disciplined, man. And then I'll even get into some special teams for you. How about that? I got some special teams keys to the victory for you. Either get Boo Carter on the ground or just don't kick to him. He's been one of their best weapons this year, especially on special teams. He makes things happen. So do one of the two things. You got to get him on the ground, make him have a fair catch, or just don't kick to him at all. Number 2, avoid the crucial mistake. Don't have a late missed field goal. Don't have a block punt. Don't have any of those things happen. Don't have a muff punt. Like if you get the ball back in this game, you cannot afford to just gift them great field position in an automatic striking zone. And then the final one, field goal unit better not see the field if you get within the past opponent's 20-yard line.
Come on,
we
now.
can't be settling for field goals. You got to get into the end zone. Your red zone offense has to be executing at a high rate because when you get down there, you better capitalize off of it. So no field goal unit.
In the box.
Better punch it in the box. That's how you say it, all right? So there's your keys to victory.
The best box punching teams run the football. They run the football. That's the easiest and most efficient way to punch it in the box. Hey, by the way, your mic arm is in the middle of camera 3. I just noticed that. You see that? Top right corner?
Oh, my Lord.
Yeah, I just noticed that. Boy, the ADD is on fire tonight.
I've never noticed that. Is that the first time?
I think it's the first time, or else I would have picked it up. Normally, my brain sees that quickly.
Huh.
I've been doing this a lot.
All right, Jay. Well, since you did the ISO, I guess I'll do one.
Let's go. Come on, baby.
First key to victory for Georgia on offense is operate in a manner that does not allow crowd to become a factor in this game. That means staying out of 3rd and longs. That means no penalties. That means not getting into a situation where they get a rowdy reaction. No turnovers, no big sacks. You don't have to light the world on fire with that, but stay consistently ahead of the chains, converting 3rd and short, stay in reasonable downs. If that Tennessee crowd gets lulled to sleep, it will not be as much of a problem for you. Number 2, flip the field. Look, I get it. Not every single drive is going to end in points if you're an offense, especially when you're on the road against an SEC team. But get yourself in a position where the defense doesn't have to cover, 40 yards of a field or 50 yards of a field. Try to consistently get into a position where if you're not scoring, you're at the very least pinning these guys back, because I don't think they have 3 90-yard drives in them this game. It's going to be very hard for them to do. Number 3 on offense for me is don't make Gunnar Stockton feel like he has to win this game. I feel like if you get into a situation where the game is like, hey, Gunnar, you've got to go out and win it for us, and he feels that pressure, mind you, this is his first start on the road. It is his first SEC start. It is going to be a lot of pressure for him. I know he has 3 starts under his belt here. I know he's looked really good and all that, but do not make Gunnar Stockton feel like he has to go out and win you this game. That's very important. On defense, fill the alleyways. I think that this is an overlooked one of always, yes, stopping the pass and converting on deep balls is going to be what Tennessee cannot have for you. Filling alleyways on the big runs here, and especially in screens. They've implemented a screen game here that's very important. That's going to be a big factor for their offense. If you can stop that or at least hinder that from being big, that's going to be huge. Second is open field tackling. It's not the 7-yard screen that kills you. It's the broken tackle after that, because they play in so much space that if you only have to break one tackle, they've got an explosive play and they don't even have to throw the ball that deep. Open field tackling is going to be crucial for Georgia, and I know that it's been an emphasis for Glenn Schumann and that defense this offseason. Number 3, make Joey Aguilar think he's comfortable. But when you throw the ball deep down the field, there's a lot more opportunity to close space, close windows, make him feel like that he has windows and he can fit a ball in places that are not open. We've seen it at Appalachian State. He will turn the ball over if you provide the opportunity to do so. Make Joey Aguilar think that he's comfortable in certain aspects of the game. And then the third one I have on special teams, a peaceful transition of possession. Half the time, your job on special teams is to either give them the ball or receive the football. Make sure that you're not muffing punts. Make sure you're not getting holding penalties that are going to call back big explosive plays. If you're kicking the ball off, don't let Boo Carter give you a scare or you return a punt for a touchdown. Consistently keep them behind. Peaceful transitions of possession is the emphasis I think Georgia needs to have on special teams.
Peaceful transitions of the possessions.
Yes.
I like that. That's just a fancy way of saying no turnovers.
Pretty much, yeah.
I had an offensive coordinator that said, hey, every drive should end with a kick. Every drive should end with a kick, whether it be a punt. Punt's not a bad play. It means we didn't turn it over. That's a good thing. Punt, PAT, or punt or PAT. Just
Or field goal.
Or field goal. Sorry. I forget about those guys. You know,
Disrespectful.
Should we just stay here with the board?
Yeah.
Damn,
All right, we do our positional breakdowns a little bit differently. I love the way John J. Will said it last night. It makes me sound a whole hell of a lot less arrogant when he says it for some reason. I've always hated the way people do positional breakdowns. I've hated it. Y'all get up on here and y'all say Georgia's offensive line is better than Tennessee's offensive line. That don't mean a whole hill of nothing, because the Georgia offensive line ain't playing the Tennessee offensive line. So here's how we do it around here. We break it down individual matchups by unit. All right, today, Georgia's defense versus Tennessee's offense. We did Georgia's offense versus Tennessee's defense last night. We're flipping it on its head tonight. Here are my categories, boys. Let me know if you have any questions. All right, I'm going to go through them so you don't have any questions, but let me know if you have any, hey, we missed ones. All right, defensive line versus offensive line speaks for itself. Georgia's defensive line versus that Tennessee offensive line. Linebacker versus running back, that speaks for itself. Those situations are one-on-one in the hole, one-on-one out of the backfield, whatever it may be. Linebackers versus running backs. Linebackers versus all. When you play a Tennessee defense, you play any defense or offense nowadays, eye discipline is very, very important. A lot of tight ends involved in the game as well, whether you're matched up with those guys one-on-one or whether they're cross-blocking you, or against Tennessee, whether they're inserting on you like an old school halfback ISO fullback lead play. All right, whatever it is, linebackers versus all today, safeties versus all. All right, this will be a very important, unique category for this Tennessee prep, and you'll find out why when we get there. DBs versus wide receivers speaks for itself. Quarterbacks versus all, right? How does their quarterback stack up versus everything you're going to throw against him? DC versus OC speaks for itself. That is Glenn Schumann versus who calls plays over there? It's obviously Heupel, but they have an OC who's relatively young and a big name.
Joey Halsell?
Halsey's how they pronounce that. Okay. All right, let's get into it. Georgia defensive line versus that Tennessee offensive line. Boys, I'm going to give the advantage here to that UGA defensive line. I love the way they have played through 2 games. I know, Austin, Marshall P, whatever. I believe in 52. I think he's a top 60 type of eval. I think Elijah Griffin's going to be a first-round draft pick. I think Xavier McLeod is an NFL football player. I think Quintavious Johnson is a really good high-level draft pick. All right, they're really, really loaded up front. This Tennessee offensive line is still banged up. I don't know if David Sanders is going to be able to play.
Still questionable.
Okay, so we'll see what it looks like. Ultimately, history tells me Georgia's offensive line probably going to give them pretty good problems. I'm going to take Georgia's linebacker unit in any type of +1 situation against pretty much any running back group, not named Notre Dame, not named. Probably that's about it.
Would you take him over Florida?
Ooh, it's a good one. Jay Ball gonna make somebody miss or run over somebody. We'll get there when we get there. But I'll take them pretty much against anybody, including Deshaun Bishop, Peyton Lewis, and my man from
Star Thomas.
Where's he from?
I can't remember.
Hey, linebackers versus all. I do think there is a Tennessee advantage here because of all of the nonsense you're going to throw at these linebackers, all the eye discipline problems.
He's from your Duke Blue Devils.
That's all me. Should have known. Hey, Miles Kitselman, good football player. He's going to make a play on Saturday. It's probably going to be because of lack of eye discipline at the linebacker position. All right, so we'll give them the nod there. I think Kitselman is one of the best tight ends in the conference. All right, safeties versus all. Now, I love KJ Bolden, and if it were 2 KJ Boldens back there would be a very, very firm advantage. But here's why I give Tennessee the advantage here. It's about the number of preps. How many times have you gone through this as the guy? How many times have you practiced as the guy against this football team? They have one prep collectively. Kyron Jones has not been a guy playing against Tennessee before. KJ has. All right, his role was totally different last year. He got to sit back and observe. This year, going to have to be the alpha, going to have to be the leader, going to have to be the voice, okay, in that back end, getting everything picture perfect. And I think that is a concern for me, at least, knowing that the other guy, first time seeing it, man, first time going out there on the grass playing against this. I expect a mistake or two to be made because they're young football players, okay? Let's move on. DBs versus wide receivers. I think this is, I got to change my color. I think this is one of the biggest advantages in the matchup that we're looking over today. Georgia's defensive backs, I feel really, really comfortable about the ability to guard Tennessee's wide receivers. What I don't know about, and I don't know how you could, is how these guys play the ball in the air. I feel comfortable about Dalen dislodging the football. I don't know if he's going to make an interception. I feel comfortable about his ability to make a play on the ball. I know nothing about Ellis Robinson's ability to play the ball in the air. Do you? We saw one play in the sideline and wash-up duty last year. He's in cover 3 playing underneath, tipped one out of bounds. I think caught it out of bounds, an interception. The interception last week was in his own coverage, breaking late on a tip football. I know nothing about this kid's ability to do this one. All right, we're going to find out this weekend. That's what this football game is about. We learned Keely Ringo's ability to do it in this matchup 2 years ago. We learned Kamari Lassiter's ability to do it in this matchup 2 years ago. So you're going to get it. Quarterbacks versus all. Guys, I think this is a toss-up, but sitting here today, I'm going to give it to Georgia. All right, hey, there is no doubt Joey's playing great football right now. But these dudes played one Division I opponent last year, one Power 4 opponent last year, and it was Clemson, and they gave him hell. All right, they gave him hell. Now, he's got a whole hell of a lot more around him this time when he goes and plays a Power 4 opponent. But we just don't know. And for that reason, I'm giving it to all of the things around him at Georgia that he's going to have to face off with this week. DC versus OC. I don't know if there's an offensive coordinator on the face of the earth I'm picking against Glenn Schumann. Give me the Shoe Boss right there. That's a terrible nickname for Schumann. Give me Shoe right there in that matchup. Any thoughts, comments, questions, concerns about our thoughts in that breakdown right there, boys?
Was Shoe Boss on the fly?
Yeah, it was. I mean, you think I scripted that one? I don't script a whole lot on this.
I didn't know if you'd called him that before.
No, man. Never called the man Shoe Boss. I don't like that.
I don't know. I do think that you could argue that Joey Aguilar, just based on what he's put on tape, and I understand historically he hasn't looked great against Power 4 teams, but there is somewhat an argument that he has the advantage over the entire Georgia defense. Not heavy, but you could make that argument. I feel like other than that, it's a pretty solid, straightforward list.
Yeah, I mean, just what that offense has to offer. I mean, it certainly provides some sort of advantage because of what they do. It's very different than what the other teams do. So there's certainly some type of advantage there. But historically speaking, and knowing what Georgia's defense usually does to offenses, and specifically this offense, it's hard not to give a guy like Glenn Schumann the nod in this one.
We got 27 minutes on final thoughts right here, boys.
No, we got unless it doesn't happen.
We've got Sunday's headlines today.
Oh, my God.
Just skipping over the show sheet,
All
man.
right, give me some unless it doesn't happen.
All right.
I feel like we nixed unless it doesn't happen. I thought we did. I'm going to kick my feet up in a chair that I turned around backwards. Boys, football brain is ad nauseum tonight.
We might have nixed unless it doesn't happen, but you know why we did? Because there was a recent social media post that might need to be talked about for the development of an injury.
Yeah, is this the one where I'm pretty sure a young middle schooler might be getting called out of class today to run Oklahoma drill for tweeting out something he shouldn't be tweeting?
Probably doesn't have access to his phone right now, you would imagine.
I would imagine Mama Smart's chewing some arse, and then right after that, Papa Smart go in there and give some of that chewing too.
Man, there's nothing worse than waiting for Dad to get home.
Ooh.
Just sitting in your room waiting and waiting and waiting.
Yeah, I mean, waiting around for Dad to come back home's pretty tough goings.
Do you think he's desensitized to that, though?
By the way, what we're talking about today is Andrew Smart commenting underneath Instagram comment about Juan Gaston playing this week. He broke the news that Juan Gaston's healthy. He's going to play. I don't know if that's great idea for Andrew Smart.
I also don't know if I would trust him as a source.
Yeah.
Who got a bigger ass chewing? My man Tyler Williams that broke his own news about an ankle, or Andrew Smart?
Oh no, dude. It's very
Tyler Williams, I would assume, got an ass chewing from James Coley, and then probably got one from Kirby.
Probably, yes.
You get one from Mom and Dad on this one, or do you think Mom just lets Dad handle it?
Well, do you think Andrew Smart is desensitized to Kirby Smart yelling at him?
Ain't nobody desensitized except for them fifth-year seniors last year to Kirby Smart chewing that butt.
But I'm saying, like, he has grown up with this. He's watched it more than any. Like Andrew Smart has been in the vicinity of Kirby Smart yelling probably more than anyone.
What does he grab if you think he doesn't wear a visor in the house? So like, he's always doing this one, controlling his anger.
Yes, he is
with his headsets. And what's he grabbing at home?
I don't know.
The TV remote. Just giving it a yas.
I don't know.
Belt.
I mean, I don't want him.
I mean, he's 14 years old, probably too old to spank at this point, right?
Yeah, I think I stopped getting spankings when I was like 12.
Yeah.
Maybe younger than that. I don't remember. When they stopped hurting, when you're like, that was...
Juan Gaston would change his game, though. If he is Juan Gaston, if he's like fully Juan Gaston, that would totally change the outcome of this football game. I think he's that good.
Yeah, I mean, it certainly helps out that offensive line.
It's the type of offensive line impact where it's just like, oh, it's third down, just run over 73's back. He's just going to move that 3 tech. It's going to be all right. It's that type of talent. I had someone text me the other day, hot take, our best 5 is Monroe Freeling, Micah Morris, Drew Bobo, Donnie Glover.
Gaston at tackle?
Juan Gaston at right tackle.
Well, I was going to ask, if he doesn't play, do you think there's a potential that Donnie Glover...
Oh, he'll start. If Juan does not play this weekend, 63 will get his first career start on the road in Neyland Stadium. And he gonna ball. I think 63 is going to be like it's going to be hard to be a top 32 pick because he plays guard and he's 6'3".
Yeah.
But that kid's going to be a top 45 pick.
Yeah, there's certainly something about
Think about this. I don't mean to derail the segment, but let's just write them down. Chris Cole, first round pick. Nobody balks. Nobody says a word.
Not right now, no.
Juan Gaston, first round pick. Nobody balks. Nobody says a word.
Nope.
Monroe Freeling, first round pick. Nobody balks. Nobody says a word.
He's playing like it right now.
Okay, let's write him down. Elijah Griffin.
Playing like one.
Got to project, but we think first round pick. I mean, they've been calling him Jalen Carter since he was 14 years old, and he started putting that on tape 2 weeks in. So let's go ahead and put Elijah Griffin first round pick. Who else? How about Quintavious Johnson? Top 45?
Yeah, probably in that second round range.
Guy.
Hey, let's be conservative. Let's say top 90. That's first 3 round picks. That's pretty damn good. Let's call it top 90. Who else we got? Kristen Miller. Let's call it top 50.
Yeah.
I mean, he's a top 3 defensive tackle. That's a top 50 pick right there. All right, so C. Miller right here, top 50 pick right here on the defensive side of the football. Who else we got? Donnie Glover. I just told you, I think that guy's already put tape on. I think I already feel safe calling him a top 45 selection. Let's go ahead and put him down right there. Who else we got?
This is just lines of scrimmage?
Yeah, it's just line of scrimmage football players right here that we think are going to be top 90 selections. It ain't going to be Drew, so don't give me that one. It ain't going to be Josh Jackson at this rate, so don't give me that one. Don't think it's going to be Micah Morris.
No.
All right, let's just leave it at that. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 line of scrimmage players that we think are top 90 selections.
I think Gabe Harris could certainly be that.
You're right. And guess what? 8 of 9, or I mean, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of the 7 are underclassmen.
Oof. You know, it is funny how in the offseason we were talking about how much of a hit it looks like your 2025 class is going to be this year's class, though. Or sorry, 2024 class. This year's class, so the 2025 class might be off to a better start than what last year's class was. And we talked about how good that one is and how much they've already produced for you. This one, though, you're getting an early look at them, and all the ones that you're getting an early look at, they look like really good football players. I mean, who knows what Ethan Barber would have done for the rest of the year?
Who knows what Darian Ikenagbon's going to look like?
Oh, my God.
Who knows what Isaiah Gibson's going to look like?
Yeah, haven't really even seen him at all.
No, you haven't seen either of those 2 names I just mentioned. Oh, by the way, they got a kid that's hurt, Chase Linton. He's 6'5", runs 4.44 or 4.48. I mean, I told you, I think if they get, I can go throw 35 times today for 350 if I have to, and we win a 35-point shootout. If they get that type of quarterback play at any point in the next 18 months, they're going to be a national championship caliber football team. I think they are now, but that's like stamped. We have to have the quarterback win today because it's just one of those days away from they'll win any football game over the next 18 months. I think the line of scrimmage and box play is that great. Y'all got final thoughts on this foosball game?
We still have Unless It Doesn't Happen that we are going to get into.
Do Unless It Doesn't Happen for me.
All right. Go ahead and start, Kirby.
All right, so the first one I have on this is going to be overlooked a ton, and no one has talked about it. One thing that Georgia does better than anyone in the secondary is disguising blitzes. We saw it all the time in Texas. We saw it. They do not at all hint off or let a quarterback know or tip it off that, hey, I'm about to come blitz you. Dalen Everett has absolutely smoked quarterbacks doing this. We saw a Tennessee quarterback get smoked in the 2019 game off of this. I think it happens again. You heard it here first. Dalen Everett records a sack on a corner blitz. Heard it here first, unless it doesn't happen.
I like it. How about this one? Joey Aguilar gets sacked 3 times all on third down on Saturday. You heard it here first, unless it doesn't happen.
I like that one. Here's another one. We haven't had one all season yet for Georgia, but you're getting a not in this game. What's a not? Non-offensive touchdown. Punt return, kick return, scoop and score, pick six. Georgia's going to make it happen. You heard it here first unless it doesn't happen.
How about this one? This one ought to get you dog fans really excited for this weekend. Georgia averages 5.5 yards per carry on the ground this weekend. Heard it here first unless it doesn't happen.
Talk some peanut to me right quick.
I got some peanut for you later.
Talk some little nut.
I'll talk some peanut
Toss
to
some
you.
little nut.
Dwight Phillips leads the team in rushing yards in this game and receiving yards. You heard it here first unless it doesn't happen.
Wait, what?
That's right.
Did you say leads the team in receiving yards and rushing?
Rushing and receiving. 'Cause
Oh
guess
my
what?
gosh. Dwight Phillips.
Peanut. Because what has Gunnar Stockton shown you that his most comfortable pass is?
Little Charlie Checky. Little Charlie check down.
You get Dwight Phillips in one-on-one situation in a field like that speed, man, trouble. I expect Dwight Phillips has a handful of large out-of-the-backfield receptions for Georgia in this game.
Man, I thought I was going to have the big peanut take of this segment, but you just kind of wiped that one out of the way.
Sorry.
But Dwight Phillips goes for over 100 yards on this Saturday, on the ground, by the way. I'm not talking total yards. I'm talking about 100 on the ground. Heard it here first unless it doesn't happen.
All right, my final one. Gunnar Stockton is catching a body this game. I know they want him to slide. I know they say, hey, Gunnar, we need to be careful, take care of yourself. But guess what?
To hell with that.
First road game, the environment's going to be getting to him, the juicy. Sometimes a football player just has to go out and play football. He's lowering that shoulder on someone on Saturday.
Sometimes a dog got to eat.
That's right. You heard it here first unless it doesn't happen.
Final one I got for you. You talking about some Zach Yak on Saturday.
Some yak Zach.
Zach Branch goes for 90-plus yards with a 40-plus yard touchdown reception. You heard it here first unless it doesn't happen.
Me likey. I'm over here writing Sunday's headlines today.
All right. Let's hear them.
Dogs defense dominates on downs. Georgia stones Vols 3 times on 4th down.
3 4th down stops.
Y'all ain't seen Heupel play these games lately, have you? Heupel went for it on 4th down on his own 35 against Florida last year.
It's an analytical thing for sure. And
I mean, this dude trusts him. This dude trusts him analytics. I got another one. Kirby continues kicking of Heupel. Dogs box Tennessee offense.
Ooh, I like that one.
I really do think, guys, not to get into final thoughts, you're going to have to win this game with running the football and playing defense. I think.
I got you some headlines.
Come on with it.
Georgia national title Stockton up after win over Tennessee.
That's a good one, J-Well.
I'm Stockton up.
I'm Stockton up.
Y'all watch out now. I'm over here Stockton up.
You got any?
Didn't even have to rely on the alliterations for that. I've just got this. Georgia makes history in Neyland Stadium, wins 5th straight. They've never done it before. I think they do it on Saturday.
Georgia football officially back to their roots. After Georgia runs all over the Tennessee Vols, we're playing some sound defense. Georgia back to the roots.
I mean, can't.
I'm a professional.
I mean, you could have gone Georgia back to the hobnail roots.
Oh.
I mean, seriously, in 5 seconds. 5 seconds.
Hey, look,
Johnson.
this is your bag, man.
5 seconds.
I'm not even, all right.
Damn, dude, you're doing
My
it
bag?
wrong.
You don't write headlines for a living?
I do, but I don't do
The headlines are
alliterations.
not- the headlines are not that.
I'm not gimmicky.
We do headlines.
I'm a trained professional. I got a degree in this.
Interesting.
Ooh, J-Will getting feisty.
Buddy's got 2.
Yeah, but one of
Does.
them isn't
What a
journalism.
nerd.
Oh, that's right. One of them's like modern.
New media.
Yeah, I work on the internet degree. Yeah. It's basically a degree in I work on internet.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's dope.
Final
Do
thoughts?
you have final thoughts for this?
I want to go last on final thoughts.
Okay.
Dead last.
All
I'm
right.
clip farming in final thoughts.
You're clip farming, oh boy.
Maybe.
I think it'd be malpractice to first off point out the fact that Gunnar Stockton will be a point of emphasis for Georgia in this game. I don't think that Georgia's going to try to hide him. I don't think that Georgia's going to say, oh, we don't trust Gunnar to win us a football game or to make the plays that we need him to. I also don't think that they're going to walk out and say, hey, welcome to your third start ever as a quarterback. Here is Neyland Stadium and a top 15 Tennessee team that actually has a good defense, and they believe they can beat you. I don't think that if you watch this game and you come away from it, and there's going to be a lot of times where, man, it feels like Georgia really just wanted to run the football today. The ball was kind of taken out of Gunnar Stockton's hands. I don't necessarily know if he was ever a point of emphasis for it. That does not mean that Georgia does not trust Gunnar Stockton or that they are hiding him or that they don't think that he's the guy to push the ball down the field. I think it would be malpractice for them to go out and say, hey, Gunnar, Go win us this game, please. So that's one of my final thoughts on that. And I've said this before.
And Kirby, I want to allude on that topic. Like, it should be remembered by Georgia fans that Carson Beck went on the road to Auburn and damn near lost.
For sure.
Like, that wasn't a good Auburn football team. That was a 6-6 Auburn football team. This we all believe to be a good Tennessee football team. And I know there's voodoo down there at Auburn Hair. I'm very well aware of the history. But this is a much tougher assignment for a first career start. Much tougher in my opinion.
1,000%. And I think that people need to take that into account when they're watching this football game. Because there's going to be some analyst on Sunday, if Georgia wins this game with 50 rushing attempts and goes, man, Gunnar Stockton might not be the answer, guys. It doesn't seem like Mike Bubba trusts him to throw the football. I don't know if that's the case. With that said,
I don't think Gunnar trusts himself to throw the football right now.
Not right now, and we'll see. I mean, maybe he
got to pull it.
Maybe he gets woken up. Maybe guys like these need that tough environment.
Yeah.
Maybe Gunnar's such a gamer that he needs the lights to be bright.
Honest to God, what if the best thing for them is to be down 14-3? Because he actually has to. Maybe. And then it clicks for him. Mm-hmm. I could see something like that happen. It happens for athletes all the time. You got to see one go down.
Yeah, and all right, this is my other final thought on this, and I know that it's going to get some negative flack.
Uh-oh.
I think Georgia wins this football game. Okay. I've been predictions all week long saying that. Yep. We've got a draft. Actually, you guys need to add your predictions to the article draft. Oof. Side business here. But I think Georgia wins. I will say that in this, though. I came on this mic early into the offseason and said, hey, you have historically long winning streaks against Tennessee, Florida, Auburn, Georgia Tech. Basically, all of your SEC rivals, you have lengthy winning streaks against. Don't be surprised if at some point in the season, one of those comes to an end. I don't think this is the one, but Georgia fans should come into that not with the arrogance of, man, we've won 8 in a row. Kirby owns Heupel, all of this, yada, yada, yada. It's happened 8 times before, and it won't ever happen again. So that's why we're believing in Georgia. Be cautious about this because there will be some point in the season when that one of these streaks ends. I don't know if it would be against Auburn or Georgia or Florida or any of these other teams, but be aware of that coming into this game.
Such a good take.
The things that I come back to in this game are, I think Tennessee's offense is better than they were last year, but I don't know if the surrounding parts are any better than what they have been in years prior. Like, I don't know if the wide receiver core is better than they have been in previous years. And I think that Georgia's defense is better than they were last year. I think that we talk about how this is one of Georgia's best defenses, or it's shaping up to be one of Georgia's best defenses that they've had under Kirby Smart. Like, collectively, all around, you've got the DBs to cover. You've got good safety play. The trenches have gotten better. Your linebackers are super deep. And so when I think about it that way, and the fact that Tennessee has never scored more than 17 points against a Kirby Smart defense, it's hard for me to imagine that this is going to be the year that all of a sudden it just clicks for Tennessee. Now, you do have a quarterback in Joey Aguilar that certainly is willing to throw the ball deep, is certainly willing to take the shots, and they've been hitting those shots this year. But that's no different story than what Tennessee has been in previous matchups heading in this game of. They had a quarterback in Hendon Hooker that was willing to take the shots. They were hitting their shots that year. Joe Milton was certainly willing to take the shots that year. He wasn't as accurate as some of the other quarterbacks that Tennessee has had. But I just think that knowing those things, knowing how Georgia builds their defense, and knowing what Tennessee wants to do on offense, despite the changes that Heupel has made, and I think that's certainly a wrinkle in this matchup that you really have to consider. That I think it certainly does changes some things. But, I mean, this Georgia defense is constructed to play a team like this. And whatever you want to say about Georgia's offense and whatever you want to say about anything on that side of the ball, that's the side of the ball that you're always dependent upon when it comes to Kirby Smart in Georgia. It's all about defense and knowing that Georgia has improved in the run game, that the offense has looked clean in those moments, offensive line has looked clean in running the football. It's just hard for me to pull me away off of Georgia going into Neyland Stadium and winning this game unless something horrific happens at the quarterback position for Georgia, in my opinion.
Every once in a while, the chat brings up a question that allows me to test the audience retention rate of my own co-host. Mr. Football Expert, the NFL is using the fullback more often. Is this position coming to back to college? What are your thoughts on the usage of a quote-unquote fullback and whether or not it is in college?
I think the fullback has been just revolutionized to the point where it's, hey, tight ends have become so athletic to the point where we don't need a big stocky guy.
Yep.
Like a gosh darn proud dad moment, man.
Yup.
If you are watching like networks like ours, you probably don't know that tight ends are being used like fullbacks. That's what H-back insert is. Like you'll see it this weekend. They're going to bring 2 tight ends standing at the butts of the tackles, and they're going to insert them for first inside linebackers on both sides of the ball. It's lead ISO. It's the same thing. Now instead of a Mike Allstott looking, he ain't going to have no brain cells looking fire hydrant of a fullback. Now you actually have 6'5", 250-pound dudes that can move in there doing this stuff, blocking linebackers. I get so sick and damn tired of listening to people tell me that football is softer nowadays. No, it the hell ain't. It's bigger, faster football players moving faster and more physical than it ever was. Yeah, we took the head out of tackling, but go watch that box. Go watch film and watch these big tight ends do split zone action. Go watch them do H-back insert. Go watch some damn GH counter, baby, and tell me that football ain't physical. Y'all keep playing 7-on-7, though. Y'all have fun with that.
The 7-on-7 aspect is definitely the softer aspect of it, but
I'm so proud.
Yeah, you know, I mean, I do know the sport to some degree.
Well, it's not necessarily that I'm testing your ball knowledge, it's the retention of the takes. Mm-hmm. We've been talking about the H and the tight end inserts for 2 years now. Mm-hmm. And I love that my boys know ball. Are y'all good on the final thoughts?
Yep.
Y'all already went? Dump the clip.
Dump the clip.
It's my turn. I got 6 questions for the University of Georgia as they go into this matchup. And I'm going to tell you right now on the forefront, if you answer the first 5 with a resounding yes, we don't even have to answer number 6. Number 1, can you get home on third down? All right, you're going to put this dude in some 3rd and 8s. He's playing quarterback, though. So you're going to have to get some pressure on him. You're going to have to get him down on the ground. You're going to have to rattle his cage, all of that. If he's able to sit back there and process, he will pick you apart. I believe that about Joey Aguilar. You're going to have to get home on third down. Number 2, can you run the ball at will? If they want to load the box, be damned. If they want to zone blitz, be damned. We are the University of Georgia. Can we run the ball at will? When the world knows we are running it, we're going to run it down your throat. If that is the case, if the answer is yes, you got a chance this weekend to win it big. Can you limit explosives on the defensive side of the football? That's a massive one. Can you avoid turnovers on the offensive side of the football? Can you avoid the road woes? I'm talking about pre-snap penalties. I'm talking about dumb, I got too much juice energy. I'm talking about spit Tua. I'm talking about all of it. Can you avoid the road woes? If you answer those 5 questions with a resounding yes, if you're getting home on third down, if you're running the ball at will, if you're limiting explosives, if you're avoiding turnovers offensively, if you're avoiding pre-snap, I'm on the road penalties, it don't matter a hill of beans how the quarterback plays. It doesn't. So the 6th question of is Gunner playing confident? I don't even have to get it answered. If I answer those 5 with a resounding yes, Georgia's walking away with the predicted 24-17 win.
What if you answer only 4 of those correct? Is it still a win or? I'm just asking, dude.
Which one? Are you giving up explosives?
We'll say turnovers.
You can have 1. You can't have 2. Think about it. You're trying to win a football game 24-17 rock fight. If you hand them an extra possession, they only need 4 to score to beat you. Mm-hmm. You're giving them a 25% chance at that point.
Can't be negative in the turnover margin.
Cannot.
I think you can afford to if you get to. But
if it's a push, yeah, I would agree with that.
What are y'all most excited for this weekend?
I've never been up there.
The environment.
It's nuts.
It's Jay. Well, it might be one of the loudest stadiums.
No, I don't doubt that. That's what I'm excited about. I've never seen it, never been there.
I think it's the most immersive stadium in the SEC. I feel like those people can touch you when you're on the field. I don't know about that from any other stadium. I definitely don't feel that in Athens. They feel like they're 100 yards.
Yeah,
I think what makes it so interesting is like Sanford Stadium is big, but there's also the entire east end zone is basically wide open. You can look and see the city of Athens. You can look and see. You look on the other side, you see the tree line. Like you don't feel trapped in there. You and Neyland Stadium, you look around, it's like, man, there's walls everywhere.
We got an extremely strong reference point here in the chat. Kamari Brooks, 4-star Georgia commit. I would imagine he's taking visits to just about everywhere.
Sure, yeah.
I would imagine he's probably heard just about every big time home environment, and he thinks it's the loudest.
Yeah, I don't doubt it at all.
I've never heard louder.
Don't doubt that one bit.
I wouldn't push back on that. But no,
and
it's
hostile too.
Yeah.
Now I felt like, I was transported into a different time period when I went to Ole Miss.
Yeah.
what time period would you say?
Nah, not a good one. Not a good one.
One that's in the past, you would say?
Not the future. Damn sure not in the future. Ooh,
Bro,
man.
The chandeliers in the tents didn't make you think this is the future?
I mean, I'm not going to say like way back, like definitely pre-cancelable culture.
Okay.
Definitely pre that time period.
But not a lot of cell phones before then?
Yeah, not a lot of, I could be caught on video saying this
I can
F
say
word.
this and no one will know I said it.
Yeah, I can call this guy this word, and yeah, it'll never pop up in an interview, ever. Is this you? Nah, that's not me. Sure does look like you, John.
The digital footprint is not real.
I'm excited for this is our first road trip this year. Last year, we started recognizing it.
Yeah.
Hey, we're in Alabama. And we got a Crimson Tide fan walking up to us and go, "Hey, are you that guy?" And, yeah, that's us.
Correct me if I'm wrong. This is our first full road trip as a crew since 2023.
Since Vandy?
Would that really be the most recent one? I think so.
I think so.
Yeah, I mean, some SID departments treat us like real high celebrity almost, it feels like. That's good stuff. Mm-hmm. That's good stuff. I'm juiced. I almost want to just hurry up and get in the car and go now. Yeah,
we could.
Nah,
we'd be killing
I'd rather
time.
Kiss and hug my kids in the morning.
Amen.
I'd rather say I love you to my
I
wife.
left my bag at home and everything. So.
Nah, you don't need that.
I mean,
you don't need that.
I got slides on right now.
You'll rock the weenie wagon.
I mean, I would rock the weenie wagon.
Hey, appreciate you guys being here. We always have a good time on Thursday. I know y'all got options. You got places to be. Make sure you hit that thumbs up button on your way out. I love you. We'll see you Sunday at noon here on this network. Sunday's going to be a loaded day. I don't know when I'm going to get some sleep, but we'll figure it out. Love you. Bye.